butterflies all having fun. You know what I mean? Sleep in peace.
Good morning. Good morning. Hey, Sonia. What the fudge? That's what I've been looking for. Mute yourself, kid. You heard me? Mute.
What? Oh, my bad. I didn't hear that. I'm thinking I'm listening to the
What am I doing? Stupid. By the way. Looking at this generation, feeling hopeless. My eyes open. Focus. They will all know us. But so know us. But you woke us. Don't let no one put you down. Let me see you smile. It's okay to be black. It's okay to be black. When all you got. Shine, shine. You're beautiful inside. Hey, rise up, rise up.
You know it can fly.
Wake up, Chicago. Wake up, world. This is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my co-host, Todd Stroger. Todd, how you feeling this morning?
Hey, I'm feeling good. We were test subjects yesterday.
Test subjects? You don't look like a guinea pig.
Thank you.
Where's your little pink eyes and whiskers? And
Well, yeah, I got sleepy eyes. I
You
got
got
whiskers, though. Too much in the house sleeping instead of shaving. But we went to River East and watched The Empire Strikes Back.
Oh, you went to the movie.
Yep.
Nice.
Oh, wait.
15 cents.
Whoa.
There
I
was
so
only
wanted to go.
there was only 10 people. The closest person to us was like 3 rows ahead. My wife brought covers for all the seats. We washed down the armchairs. You have to wear your mask unless you're eating.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was very. I mean, there was probably in the whole place there probably wasn't more than 40 people, and they got like 16 theaters.
You know what?
Wow.
I used to, what I used to do with my son is I would go to theaters and they would be empty. And I would tell him I rented the whole thing out for him.
And you go to more than one movie.
Right, well, no, what I would do is like I'd find some obscure movie theater, right? Like off in the, and I'd be like, you know what? You are so special.
Mm-hmm.
I just said, Dad is shutting the whole thing down. I'm shutting the whole joint down. And then if somebody would come
Michael
in,
Jordan.
then then if somebody would get a ticket, I would be like, you know, and they would come in and he'd be looking like, how'd they get in? I'd be like, don't you think we should be nice to the people? Don't you think we should be? He was like, you're right, Dad. They should be able to see the Avengers too. I think I got him like 3 times like that. You know, it was like when life was simple. When I used to make them think magic, I could make the red light change with magic. Right? I'd be like, all right, now I can make the red light change in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 12, 13. Bam! And like, Dad, you did it again. It was like that was when life was simple, when the kids was just easy.
But the only thing that really matters is all the time you spend with them.
Yes, you know what?
Right.
Sometimes they forget though, man. They get old and they be like, dude. No, it's not cool anymore. I'd be like,
Then they come back though. They come back.
Yeah, I'd be like, Dad, don't you want to see Dad change? I tell my son now, you want to see Dad make the light change with magic? He's like, dude, I googled it. You're not getting me anymore. All right, y'all, this is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my co-host, Todd Stroger. All right, let's go through some of the headlines. First of all, did you see Uncle Joe? Did he bring it home last night? What'd you think?
I liked it.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, you know me.
Hey, did you say good morning to Cousin Juan?
I didn't say good morning to no damn body, did I? All right, so Todd, I said good morning to you. What's up, y'all? In case y'all like, what is going on? There she is. It is Cousin Juan in the building. Cousin Juan, how you feeling this morning? Good job,
I'm
thanks.
good. I'm feeling real good. I wanted to go to the movies yesterday.
But you knew better.
No.
You know you would have went.
My day just got away from me, but I really wanted to go.
Man,
They were saying a lot of the theaters are sold out though.
Yeah, with
Really?
10 tickets.
Huh?
With 10 tickets.
Oh no, which one did you go to?
River East.
Yeah, I know that's the one. The River East is right there down by the hill. Right? Like, and you look up and you see Sheridan.
Right.
With the bowling alley and everything.
Yeah,
man, that bowling alley, that was good food there too.
Parking cost me more than the tickets. The parking was
15 cents. Right.
$19, and that's after you get
after you get validated.
Yeah.
It's like that's that $30. That's the movie. Man, don't even get me started. See, that's part of why I like the suburbs sometimes.
Yeah.
Right. You just pull in. There's no like it'd be like pay for parking.
Right.
All right, y'all. Hey, y'all, this is the Maze Jackson Show. That was Cousin Juan. Gotta say what's up to my girl who I got in the super bright lights right now. I'm going to fix your tone on the show. What's up, Sonia Escobar? How you feeling this morning? Bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. All right, y'all. Well, I'm going to tell y'all what. It looks like we are locked and loaded. We got the whole soul plane loaded. Let's get this thing up to 60,000 feet. We are up and away. All right, I told y'all. We talked about Uncle Joe. The mayor launches the Neighborhood Policing Academy for the future of policing. We also got a ban on protesting on the mayor's block. Not her house, the block. Fort Laurie. Damn, it must be nice. I was just thinking like this, right?
I'm not against it.
No, check this out. You signed up for the job. You signed up for the job. You're in unprecedented times. I have no problem with them protecting her home. I don't. I think when you shut the whole dang on block down, right? And it's like you are the mayor of the city of Chicago. It's like when you sign up for the job, I don't think they should be able to come in your yard. I think if they want to be all up and down the street, as long as they are following the rules, and I guess you get to write the rules, so that she just made the rule that you can't.
Right.
You can't protest. See, she learned really well from Madigan. I just think that I think it sends a signal that even the mayor is not safe in Illinois, in Chicago, and I just think
people don't mind. I don't want to say infringing on your privacy.
I think when you sign up to be the mayor, you really don't have any privacy.
When my dad had his stroke, they were camped. And when I say they, I mean the press. They were camped outside my house. My neighbors started putting their sprinklers on to make them move.
And I'm okay with that. And I'm okay with that. And that is part of. And I think there's a difference in the decorum when someone's help. I don't think you can. Let me back up. First of all, I think that the way the press treated your whole entire family was just ridiculous. Just completely ridiculous. And that's another reason why I can't stand none of them white folks up north. No, seriously. I mean, it's like we made Forrest Claypool and all these people heroes as they systematically dismantled. I mean, and I remember that time, and quite frankly, Todd, I'll be honest, looking back, it was very easy to believe everything that they said because it beat you down in the newspaper. And so I just think it sends a terrible signal. I think you can protect your home, you can protect your family. I think when your neighbors now the neighbors are like, we think people should be able to protest, right? We said we shouldn't have to show an ID to get in our house because you let the downtown burn up and then you let the west side burn up. Now you wanna build a fort around your crib, but you won't build a fort around the rest of the city. Man, look, y'all.
President Obama, and I'm sure all the rest of them, have that same kind of protection around there.
No,
while he was in office, I would never take a picture in front of it.
But hold on. They didn't shut the whole block down.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, they did.
No, they shut down it. You could still drive down the block. I didn't have to. You couldn't come in off of 53rd, but you could come down the block. I went to parties on that block.
An ID.
Yeah, you have to show your ID.
President of the United States. Okay.
Yeah.
It's the President of the United States. It's the Mace Jackson Show. We'll be back after these messages. Hey, hold on. Weather is 67 and clear outside. A high of 84 and low of 66. And they say it's going to be cooking this week. We'll be back.
Really?
Weekend. Yeah. Nah, man. I think if she built the fort around her damn house and I hear she got protesters. I got gunshots. Real talk. I am not playing. I got I got gunshots outside of.
Yeah, that.
Huh?
You just stop talking.
Oh, you said stop talking?
No, you just stop talking. I said, yeah, that.
Yeah, first of all, I think she's scared. I think she's scared.
You're really scared?
Yes. I think that I can
tell you can get some really hateful mail.
Todd, you can get
straight to your house.
Todd, and I'm saying when you run for office, you have to put all of that out there. You have to. This is what I'm gonna say. When you run for office, and I'm not saying no one should come in your yard. No, they should not. But if you run for public office, especially the highest office in the land, if you can get on the TV and talk tough and do all of that stuff and then be like, when the people respond, then you run in your house and then put like a security team around not your house but the block, and no, that's not right. That's just not right. And it's like you run for public office, not private office, and you talking about, and I'm saying no one should harass
she didn't say, hey, put it.
No,
I know it's her call in the end, but I'm sure the police said, we think this is what we need to do.
No, that's not. Well, let me back up. I'm not going to say what they did. Here's what I'm going to say.
Her security detail would say, this is what we need to do.
Because they want to make it easy on their damn self. Because it's easy to say you can't come on the block and then just post up and then be like, there's no. When you got hundreds of people, like, again, this is that Marie Antoinette bullshit. Let them eat cake. Y'all up in the motherfucking ivory towers hiding as the people are out in the streets. They have found. Rahm Emanuel had Laquan McDonald. They protected his house. They did not shut down the block. I am going to say that the mayor is scared. She is scared of Chicago. She is scared of Chicagoans. That's why she... man, I remember when I told you there was a time... It's a reason she fucking moved to Rogers Park. Right? Like, I'm going to tell you. Remember...
I've never been up in that neighborhood. It's too rich for me.
But think about... So, when I moved to Chicago, having not lived here for a long time, coming back, I was scared to live in Chicago. I was nervous. I ain't gonna even lie. Like, I grew up in Bolingbrook. I hadn't lived in the city, and then you hear all the stories. You know, I'll come visit. I go, but you know, brothers be like, don't go here, don't go there. I'll be like, shit, where the hell am I? So, we moved to Hyde Park, right? Mm-hmm. Safe bastion.
Right. Then
moved to Ashburn, closest to the suburbs besides Beverly as you can get, then Beverly. I say that to say, and I'm not saying, I think the mayor, it's the same thing about the whole, it's the same thing to me as I just don't feel like I feel like she is not equipped to be the mayor. And I think if it was hunky-dory and everything was going smooth, I think she could have got away with it. Mm-hmm. I think in the midst of all of this crisis, she's cracking up, right? We got a new announcement every day talking about some new shit we about to launch. First it was the fucking mask program with the we're not playing. Now they got.
Do you think anybody a first time mayor could be equipped to handle all of this?
I think that she spent a lot of time burning bridges. And now everybody is on the other side of the bridge counting the months, waiting for her ass to I mean, she doesn't really have a bridge to, like, what you're seeing now is she's trying to buy her way into, she's trying to pay. You're not going to be able to spend money to stop the violence. You just can't do that. I just don't think that's the way it's going to happen. Like trying to buy all the community groups, the fucking Peace Academy, I'm not tripping. Mm-hmm. But again, these are fucking gimmick stunts because you have nothing, right? And I think that the mayor did not build a collaborative effort where all people in Chicago feel like they're all in, right? Like, it feels like if you ain't the ass kissing, oh my God, Laurie, you was the greatest, it's like, fuck you. And she did that to everybody, from the aldermen to regular citizens to people who have spheres of influence. And now what she doing, and then what we got is niggas auditioning, because it's just like the same thing that happened with Madigan. People who would never ordinarily have access to them, as they start falling off, they be looking for who wants to be on the team. And so black folks volunteer to be on the team, knowing that they would have never got access if he wasn't on his back.
Well, I have a question, and maybe, like, how I look at it is that everything can't fall on the mayor. I don't see any aldermen or anybody else coming out. Like, why does it all have to be about politics?
Were you listening to the show yesterday? No. So I tell you what. Okay, it's all good because we did it. Because the alderman asked. We went through the whole. People saying we got people running down the street. She told them fuck you. She told them they was full of shit. Yeah. Like then the alderman said, look man, we got this. We wanted to work together with you. Brian Hopkins has worked with us.
Why are you asking permission to
issue the police? What?
No. I mean, like, even come out. Like, I would love to see my alderman come out and say it publicly. Like, and then I can know I'm only seeing it.
So you'll stand up and say just like they said, and she'll say they're foolish and speak out of turn, and they don't know what
Not
the,
speaking against her, but speaking
they didn't
for
speak.
us.
You really should listen to the show.
Listen, I did.
No, you didn't. Because
I
if you,
said I will. That's
okay,
I said I will.
come on.
Vociferous. What is it? Vociferous.
You are listening to the Mace Jackson Show, just like the big voice said. I'm your host, Mace Jackson. Got my co-host, Todd Stroger. Got my cousin Juan in the building, as well as Miss Sonia Escobar. Hey, y'all, I'm going to, we got Fort Dearborn. Now we got Fort Laurie. I'm going to check it out. I'm if I can get close enough, right? I'm gonna see if I can get. That's what that's what her neighbors call it. The neighbors in the neighborhood call it Fort Laurie, i.e.,
was this before today, or
they started since they can.
Well,
since they interviewed the people in the neighborhood, were like, "Oh yeah, no, that's Fort Laurie over there." So imagine if you lived in your neighborhood. I'm just saying, you've been here for 20 years. Oh, girl done cursed everybody out. You see her curse everybody out on TV, and then she built a fort, and then you got to show ID to get to your house because she don't know how to make no friends.
That's you're right. This will resonate with some people.
Think about this, dog. I just need to say this. Jane Byrne moved into the projects. Just for the record. Mm-hmm. Now, I know we can call it all a stunt. But the mayor built the wall. She built up for it. Like, to show how down Jane Byrne was, Jane Byrne was like, I'm getting me an apartment in Cabrini Green. Now, I ain't spending the night in this club. But...
And believe you me, she had a fort around her burn.
I have no doubt. But she didn't. But the fact of the matter was, she didn't go into an ivory tower. The mayor needs to read the 48 Laws of Power. She does. She needs to read the 48 Laws of Power, and she needs to look at the law about do not build walls around yourself and do not put yourself in towers where the conspiracy can happen and you have no clue that it's happening. So, but that's okay. Sorry, y'all go ahead, Fort. I want to. Will they make that a landmark? Here lies Fort Laurie, where
why
wouldn't
she just like get, instead of having all those police, maybe she should get like
a better attitude?
No, really, literally, like build a fort around her place, and then.
Oh no, they would do that anyway.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. Oh no, that's all part.
That's standard practice.
See, you. That's okay. Go ahead. Exactly. You ain't gonna be
by the mayor house.
Right.
I'm gonna go by Obama house. I went by there.
Guess what? That Obama. You know what? We want to take that bad boy. You know who I want to interview?
Who?
Tony Resco. I would love to talk to Tony Resco.
What is that name? I haven't seen him in years.
Exactly. He's the person.
Doesn't want to really be.
No, he don't want to be interviewed. Yeah. But I just think that Tony Resco's got to be one of the most stand-up guys ever. Seriously. Resco. I mean, like, he could have. Donald Trump probably called him like 300 times. Like, come on, man, come on, tell me something.
I know who Resco is. Right? Okay.
All right, a lot of people know who Resco is. They act like they don't now. See, Todd, you can identify with that. All right, look, this is the Mace Jackson Show. Did you see? Okay. This is an example of how white people do. So, did you see that now the governor in their plan to, penalize ComEd? First of all, if you want to penalize ComEd, don't let the person, one of the family members of the people who is involved in the scandal, chair the hearing. Let's start there.
Yeah,
right? The Democrats are just so like hypocritical. It's just crazy to me. All right, so let's start there. But did you see they want to now ban ComEd from making charitable contributions? What damn sense does that?
Why?
Because because
who wants to do that?
So Christian Mitchell, the governor, and they are pushing a package of a reform, utility reform package that would ban companies like ComEd from giving charitable contributions because it is a way to gain favor with elected officials. Let me just say this. ComEd, I know they got some bad stuff going on, but ComEd has to still be one of the largest charitable contributors in the black community.
I'm sure
that exists.
Yeah, exactly.
And whoever's rabbit ass idea it is to tell them that they can no longer help. So you saying we can't get ComEd to help with festivals, concerts, events because it's going to occur. No, check your boys.
Right.
Don't check your boys. Like, that's so crazy to me. It's like, and here's what, and again,
So
this,
it wasn't just to like political, it's to any contribution.
it says charitable contributions.
Wow.
Now, because they want to do the golf
That's
outings.
the liberal idea going amok, which they always do.
But no, what it also is a consolidation of power. Because again, if you can't get no charitable contributions to be able to do no community event, man.
I mean, I've seen ComEd do some amazing stuff to help a lot of stuff get done in our community.
You know what?
Like,
on the political side, I can't trip.
Right.
I mean, what they did over there, they got to fix that.
Right.
They got to pay their bill.
Right.
But I'm just about to say, for real, the South Shore Summer Festival, which got stolen. They did steal the South Shore Summer Fest. I just put the picture up of me and Guy. Yeah, they stole it. That too. That's all
who
right.
stole it?
The alderman and was it special events Hank?
Oh,
he's
crooked.
No, but it's a lot. But Negro. Hold on. Let's be clear. It was Negroes complicit.
Well, I know.
It's complicit Negroes.
To do that, and that's so
it's
wrong.
complicit Negroes. Biggest festival came to South Shore. They stole it.
And he
gave
gives
it
lies to them. They don't even know the business.
It's all right.
Talk to me about Hank.
I did talk to you about Hank. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I got you.
The
I
devil.
do these things. I always
I think
look
you were
out.
talking to me.
I was looking for
I'm
black
the audience
people.
that doesn't know his eyes are
They
wide
don't
like
know.
that.
Hey, did you see Burke said the feds flubbed? He said they lied during their prosecution. That's why first of all, they putting Danny Solis out on blast. Danny Solis is still out. He signed a plea agreement to cooperate, so he's a cooperating witness.
Is he still in Chicago?
Hell yeah, he is. I seen him.
You seen him?
Yeah, he got a. Yeah, he live at.
You seen him?
He live at the old station. He live in the same
Oh,
building.
by Maxwell. Whoops, I shouldn't say that.
On Wells.
Oh.
Then they also dropped a dime that said that somebody else was trying to capture Ed Burke on wire unsuccessfully, which means that, dear elected officials, they were fishing. They were. And not just Danny Solis.
Now, it wouldn't be the first time I seen something just die because it never popped up again.
Right. Well, they said that he did a lot of. He was trying to get Ed Burke. I already think I know who it is. It's two people I think it could be. I already got them. You know, I think I'm gonna have to start the Illinois Minotti podcast up again because I
Like
get
me,
y'all
do
too
you
much.
sit up all day and just watch politics?
No, but it is part of a significant chunk. Of
I
my
know.
life.
No, I'm just.
No, I don't.
Like, you really get excited.
I do. I mean,
know.
I think just like politics is my passion.
I see it.
And I really wish that it wasn't. I really wish that I could go back to being a happy hip hopper that was just trying to get paid and happy to wear my chains and kick it. I really do. No, I really do.
Really?
I really do. I really wish. I mean, I was going through all this stuff as we're rearranging the office. I was going through all the old pictures of all the people that, from Kanye to everybody who has in some way, shape, or form been impacted, whether it was a Sprite mixtape, Coke, just all of that. And I think of the song "Can It Be That It Was All So Simple" because I feel like I got involved in politics. I liked that it was the same as it was an elevated version of what I was doing in promotions. Mm-hmm. And then I got caught, and then when I went down to Springfield and saw it, it was like it was like, damn, this is how it happens. This is how we're getting screwed daily. And honestly, the crap keeps me up at night. It's like the issues that, like, I don't really feel like I have the luxury of looking at an issue from just looking at it from the surface. Right. I feel like after sitting in a room and understanding that these punks go 6 layers deep on everything. Like, I promise you, when I told you that day when I was all excited to make $15,000 a month and they had taken the entire book of contracts, I swear to God, that son of a gun was at least a foot tall, and they just ripped it apart and said, you gonna make this money, you gonna make this, and I was just happy to make $15,000 a month because I thought it was the great. And then you see it all unravel, and then the other part of this is I sat there, like I was at when all of this stuff that they're talking about was happening. It's like, you know how stuff is happening and you don't really realize what it is. Right. Like, you know, you're in it, but you're in a silo.
Right.
But you see all this stuff happening,
Right.
and then as this start unraveling, you like, damn, I remember that.
Right.
This dude.
Right.
Oh, damn, I know it. And then you just then your mind is exploding because then you're reading the paper.
Right.
And the paper and the news are reporting stories that you know that ain't really what happened.
Right.
And that ain't really how it goes. And then when, again, you see this, I just feel like I have seen too much. And in the process of seeing too much, it's like I can't wait to help us unravel it, or hope that I can put some insight that you'll see and you'll be like, damn, it ain't just that simple, right? It ain't just that easy. It's like there's never just you got a grant. There's never just in Illinois, there's never, I used to say, if you want to get the young activists, and I was like back in the day when I was strategizing, if you want to get the young activists stop them, give them all a small foundation and don't fund it all the way. Right? Give them about $50,000, which seems like a lot of money, right? They'll take that and then they'll spend the rest of their time chasing their tail trying to make the payroll because they had the first $50,000,
right.
And you take them off the game. And when you see it happen, right? And when you see the strategies that you used to use when you practice the dark arts and you see people walking straight into it, you be like, don't do that.
Right.
Like, and you telling me, and it's like everybody, and it's like, really? Are you really about to tell me? Let me guess. They told you that this is what's going to happen and this is why they need you. And you'd be like, yes. And then I'd be like, but what you don't understand is they realize that if you are involved in this, and this is not going to happen because nobody's going to want to hurt you or you or you. And so you think like that. And so I just have a hard time just accepting things on the surface. And so I'm sorry, that's a long way around.
Oh, no, it's
to
not. I just know you from our promotion days.
That's my thing,
That's
right?
how we know each other.
Right.
You don't know that's how far we go back.
I'll be like
I was just like the kick it. Like
I was the Remy man. Yo, I got bottles. I used to be like, I got the
Right.
bottles. Me and Vince, look, we'd come through, be like, God, we got to drink 4 more bottles of Remy
Right.
tonight.
I mean, we go through already.
Yes. Hey, y'all,
So,
this
yeah.
is the Maze Jackson Show. That was a unscripted soliloquy, but we will come back with the social media question of the day because I want to know, what role do citizens play in fighting crime in our neighborhoods? The mayor's launching the Peace Academy with the Metropolitan Family Services. I got a whole nother scenario with that one, but we'll let that go. I just want to go to the Peace Academy. And will you go to the Peace Academy? Will you become an active? Will you take the 3 days and be certified to be an active fighter of crime in your community? Let's talk about it. Let's that's what I'm curious about.
No,
We'll
I
talk
don't
about-
think that's what it is.
Well, that's what you're gonna tell us about when we
All
come
right.
back. It's the Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back.
People probably want to know why you're so passionate about it.
No, I mean, I think that
I
they,
never knew.
You never knew.
No.
Well,
I mean, it was just one day you started
No.
slowly talking about it more and more.
no, I think I was always like, it was always in the background,
Mm-hmm.
and then I think in 2010 it became full time.
Right.
Right, like it was in the background all through the Remy time. I was still down with Alderman Burnett. I was still
Right.
doing political stuff. But it wasn't like you would see me probably from 9 to 3 in the morning, 2 in the morning.
Right.
Whereas prior to that, I would be doing political stuff. Like I did all the community outreach for the Dan Ryan Reconstruction Project, me and Tennille. So when they rebuilt
No, I
the
knew you
Dan
would
Ryan-
do the marketing. I knew that part too. I
But
was talking
then-
about being vocal.
Oh, vocal happened after being in Springfield and realizing that I had been participating in a process that was essentially screwing our people.
Right.
And that nobody even really knew it was happening. Like, so as much politics as I did, I really never, like very few black people, I always say this, have access to the people that are actually making it happen.
Mm-hmm.
And when you see behind the scenes, like I don't know if you remember, like when I lived on Morgan,
Yeah.
in University Village,
Yeah.
and I had parties, and then I had
Uh-huh.
parties all the time. We would
Mhm.
have, and it would be legislators. It was like I took what I did in marketing and promotions and took it to lobbying,
Mhm.
and then I locked down kind of opened up Springfield.
So I was going to lobbying parties when I was with you.
Yeah, well,
I thought I was just coming for a barbecue.
but that's the thing. the political people were kind of like introduced to like the real world. Like the political people who thought they was cool got to meet real cool people. And then it's like the world started to merge. People started, it was a weird thing. But anyway, I went down to Springfield, and when I realized that I took, when cannabis was first getting legalized as medical, I helped pass a law that took some black people out of business when they would, right now they would be stupid in Illinois. They would like had the only black tobacco wrap company. And I didn't really wasn't paying attention. Some white lobbyists came and was like, man, can you help us get a couple votes on this? We'll give you Bulls season tickets courtside. Fuck, shit, I can go get 2 votes. We ain't got 2 votes. And took them out the game. And they was like, damn, brother. Like, I didn't know them. I just was just, and they was just like, damn, you if you would have talked to us, we wouldn't like, we the only ones that got this. We got the patent, we got the whole thing. They about to make it legal. And then it was like, and the person who did it, I didn't see the deep level. I just saw the surface. Like, man, we shouldn't be having blunts to our kids and blah blah blah.
Right, you saw the surface.
But then they in that same bill they said that we could do menthol and we could do other ones. We just couldn't do the kind that the black people had.
Oh wow.
Right? And here I am sitting courtside kicking it, and I was driving home, and it was just like when I was driving home from Springfield, it's like I got the whip, like I got the crib, I got money, I got the expense account, and it was like I was driving home, and it was like I swear to God I heard God. I swear.
No, it's your calling.
I swear to God I heard him, and I was like driving, and I was like, I looked like, what's in this? Somebody
said, so Carol Mosley Brown, oh, this is Uric. So Carol Mosley Brown was at May's crib turning up back in the day.
Actually, I was Carol Mosley Brown's campaign manager.
Right
Across the street in that building for like,
that's a shame. That's the only senator I really remember besides him. Because when Dick Durbin came to one of my events, they were like, he wants to speak. I'm like, who is Dick Durbin? And they were like, your senator. I'm like,
sell out.
I said, like Carol Mosley Brown senator?
Yeah, but that's how, but see, that to me, so think about that though, right? Like, so imagine my frustration when I'm talking to people, like, cause I'm 16 deep, and you like, man, Carol Mosley Brown, that's my senator, and I'm not tripping.
No.
But it's like, that's why I feel like it's important that I do what I do, just so like at some point, like I don't ever have a problem with people making money, right? I want you to understand though the genesis of, like, it's a lot of people that right fucking now eat because of their association with me. Whether it is they play like they still got one, whether it is they had one, used it, and then like I think like during that Ken Duncan stuff, like I think of all the people that I put on, man, I swear to God, like I'd be
so
like,
do they not talk to you anymore?
I don't really fuck with them. Like, I my premise is this. Like, you know what like, if I put you in politics, if I got you your jobs, you know it. You can go reinvent yourself, and you can go play like the shit didn't happen, but you know and I know. And you can tell all the stories you want, but you got in politics because I said whenever somebody is in trouble, whenever somebody got an issue, whenever somebody's unemployed, whenever somebody got whatever they need help or anything, even if I don't fuck with you, I will try to help you.
Right.
Maybe MC Hammer. he got the whole neighborhood working.
He got the whole neighborhood working. Then they left him.
Hey. You are listening to the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my co-host, Todd Stroger. Todd sitting here talking to cousin Juan. Cousin Juan out here trying to turn me into a psychologist or something.
I'm not.
She around here.
Listeners needed to know why you were so passionate about this.
I love black people, man.
Yeah.
I love black people, and I think that one of the most powerful tools we have to advance ourselves is through politics. Wealth is legislated, and I think that we oftentimes miss that. So we're so busy social servicing, we don't realize that even the social services are a hustle for white folks, right? And we become the pawns in the game for almost everything. And so, it's just crazy time. Anyway, I want to move on. What role do citizens play in fighting crime? I don't know if you saw, but yesterday the mayor launched the Neighborhood Policing Academy with the Community Partners for Peace. Now, what I saw was it establishes a professional standards for outreach work, launches peace academies, which allows and teaches local residents how to be involved in solving some of the crime strategies. I think it's a way of relooking at policing, right? I think this is one of the outgrowths of defund the police, for instance,
right?
Which is to create a community police partnership.
Right.
Go ahead.
No, from what I read, that it reminds me from reading it reminds me of back when I was little. Like, I knew the cops in our neighborhood. Like, they would come around. I think now, like, I know the cops in my neighborhood because I'm involved now with my neighborhood watch, but I think what I got from that article was that it's going to be kind of like a partnership with the officers instead of just going. Right now they just get radio calls and they just come into your neighborhood when there's something bad going on. But this initiative kind of puts it where they're coming back to understand and people to know who their cops are too.
Apparently they have some officers who are signing up for a special detail that will be like, they'll be like walking the streets. They'll actually have their cell phone number.
Yeah,
they're not going to be beat cops, but they're not.
Younger.
I don't think they're going to be beat cops, because I think it's more like they got your cell phone number and there's some sort of community DCO. So some sort of community officer. I don't know if it's going to be a uniformed officer, but they are putting it out. They said they saw this in the.
Well, I'm pretty sure they'll have be a uniform.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're walking
Maybe
around.
I bet you.
The thing is for them to have a relation. I think they'll be in a uniform.
I bet they probably, but if they're probably going to do something like some cool uniform, like a polo shirt, right? Like polo and you know what I'm saying, like less policey, have a star,
less
do
tactical looking.
Right. They don't come in with the SWAT team, even though they just spent $48 million on SWAT and military gear. So let me ask the question: what role do citizens play in fighting crime in their neighborhood?
Everybody complains about how we can't solve murders. Well, they can't solve murders because nobody's giving up any information.
Because them fools
I don't watch 48 Hours, but I know that if somebody doesn't say something in 48 hours, the police are like, we might as well just go home now.
Right. Well, I think that's a complex question because I had this conversation, and it's like when you live and being in those neighborhoods, when you live in those neighborhoods, you want to tell, but then you have to live in that place where you don't know if the cops are in bed with some of these guys. You don't know if some of these guys are watching your house. You just don't know. If even somebody may be rumored to say they talking to the police. It could be somebody in their own family that's maybe trying to get in with the gang that probably did the shooting. So I personally think they need to set up something where there's a tip line that's not associated with the police or anybody that people can call in anonymously, and then if someone gives great information, the police need to take some of the funding and be able to move these people even out of the city, not keep them here. And then somebody asked me, well, they wouldn't want to live somewhere else. I'm like, if they're in a neighborhood that they feel unsafe and they don't have a chance anyway, if you put something where you're able to move them, give them a job, give them a new identity, you'll be surprised how many people may be up for that.
I do hear a lot from people suggesting that we need to have a witness relocation program. Actually, I had a officer tell me that right now, if you got real information, the feds, as part of this Operation Legend, will move you anywhere in the country that you want to go. Right?
Yeah, the feds got money.
But I think Juan hits on a point. Like,
I'm going to San Diego.
Juan hits on a point that I think that I was talking. Remember the shooting of the 17 people at the funeral home? The police say police say they know who did it, and the people know who did it.
Right. Everybody knows.
But ain't nobody gonna say nothing because the dude who did it will come to your door and come kill you.
Right.
And know that he will get out because of COVID. And I think
he won't get out because of COVID.
Okay, Todd.
Death is what what people are afraid of. Yeah, they don't want to get shot.
Yeah, I think,
and they realize this guy's crazy.
Well, and I think that because we don't understand the laws and how people get out so quickly, and some of these heathens just get out on whatever. You don't want to jeopardize yourself saying, "Oh, he locked up," and then 3 days later, "Oh, he out."
You see him out in the street?
Yeah.
Well, I think.
I mean, I don't. You
I beg to differ with you on the COVID thing.
Uh-huh.
I think that I told you this before. I told you I have my daughters, like, they let serial killers out, and they go in with I know my rights.
This
with
person
the COVID
would be too hot, except for that group who.
Okay, we just saw. Remember, we just saw the story.
The dice, and they said we're picking you.
But then we just see the story of the police, the guy who came out, started shooting, went into jail, and got the judge. The prosecutor wanted to let him out, and the judge was like, "Wait a minute, he just shot somebody. Y'all want to let him back? No, I'm not going to do that." Right. I don't. Yeah, there's something going on with these people getting out of jail, but I'm gonna let that be because I don't want to be in that box right now. Speaking of that, though, did you see that the FOP, which we expected, and the owner of Guaranteed Rate gave combined $158,000 to Pat O'Brien against Kim Foxx? 50.5%.
Pat O'Brien, the actor?
No, Pat O'Brien, the candidate running against.
You like me, Senator.
Okay, so I just want y'all to pay attention to that, because when we talk about playing to win, not playing not to lose, I think
you know the first thing that comes to my mind is
what?
Who owns Guaranteed Rate? And I'm gonna guess he's Irish.
I don't think so.
Really?
I think he's like Greek or something. We'll find out.
Huh.
Like, he's white though.
He's definitely white.
I know you're white.
Definitely
Definitely. Let's go to the live line. This is you're on the Maze Jackson show. What's up? Is that James?
Yeah, this is James. What's up, man?
What's up, James? Big Slim Davis. What's up? This is my 10,000 star giver this week.
Hey, I want to comment on what Todd just said about the community not cooperating when situations like murder go on in the community. It's not that the community don't cooperate. They don't investigate. They don't knock on doors. They don't ask questions. They come in, they assess the area, and they take notes, and that's it. You never hear anything from them. So they get on TV, and they want to put this narrative out there. The community, we don't get no community involved. That's a BS. They don't investigate. They don't ask questions. They don't knock on doors. That's the bottom line.
So, James, you think they don't try to survive?
No, they don't. A high percentage of the murders is just collateral damage to them. They don't care. They don't investigate the murders. Like the situation on the north side. When that shooting took place in North Side, the first thing the media, when they was interviewing people, they talked about how the detectives went knocking on doors, went to stores, asking questions, just investigating the crime. Something they don't do in our neighborhood.
Okay.
And it's a fact.
Okay, I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna let you roll with that. What? Why am I getting an echo? All right, thanks, That's James, Big Slim Davis. Hey,
there might be some. I don't know. I'm guessing. I'm not saying James is wrong. I'm saying that there might be, through the police, they may have gotten to the point where, like, we
ain't nobody finna say nothing.
Right.
Yeah,
and that doesn't make it right. But
it doesn't.
It doesn't make it right. I think that there's a lot of factors that are combined in this. I do think that it's a novel idea to just say, hey, everybody's going to participate in this process.
Right.
And it seems like it would be that simple. But I don't think it is. I look at people in the neighborhood, right? Like, I think about when you call the police on the I got some gay neighbors across the back alley, and they play their music too loud. And if you go tell them, like, yo, man, don't nobody want to hear
YMCA?
YMCA, Taylor Swift, the Dixie Chicks. I don't know what the hell they be over there listening to. But it's like they playing it like...
They changed their name, man. Not the Dixie Chicks.
They're the Chicks?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
then somebody suing them for that name.
And they probably call them sexist and racist too. But I guess the thing, when you go to them, they even next thing they want to tear up your garbage can or fill it up with something crazy, right? So you gotta just be careful with these people when you tell. And
I think
May's
people
got
have
a
to
dead
understand.
chicken head in his garbage.
You got a lot of black kids, young black kids doing. I hate to say it, white people drugs.
Woo!
Like
White
you have a
people
lot.
drugs.
Yeah.
They doing white people drugs.
Yeah. You know,
Like,
ecstasy.
You mean like blues and reds
No,
and that kind of stuff?
yeah, like
That too,
really,
pills.
no,
They
pills.
taking-
They,
you-
they
I told
used to
you.
take pills. They say, you know, you do
This-
weed, you do some cocaine, but they doing
Damn, shit.
they doing. I'm
We
just
did
saying.
that.
I
do-
mean, they can control themselves with those drugs, but when you have
Mind altering experiences.
yeah, and like normally like with white kids, they go to raves and blow off that with rave. With a lot of black kids, they're going shooting and doing stuff in the daytime. That's why people are seeing a lot of this stuff is because they're doing what I call the white kid drugs.
Mm.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, they are doing the white kid drugs.
They are.
You know who
I mean,
has been
I know
who has
I
been
do.
an adamant proponent, or not who has been saying that for the last, at least since I've been on the radio.
Who that?
Tamiko.
Oh, yeah?
Tamiko is like, man, if when we gonna talk about these drugs these kids are
It's
doing,
new drug, yeah.
and they was like, and they give the black kids the special
Yeah.
weed, like the special extra special weed. Hey y'all, this is the
You
Maze
mean like
Jackson.
Smokey when he got upset?
Yeah. They started to normally do stuff at night. You see them doing it in the daytime. That's a different type of drug. When you do daytime, you shooting people in the day and don't care. You on some type of drug
I always
that's
thought
not
that
weed.
was kind of crazy too. Like,
Yeah,
well,
it's
and-
a
you
different
start
type of
killing people in
drug.
the daytime.
and you put it on camera.
Yeah,
Well, yeah.
they're not in their right mind.
That,
like
like-
real talk.
And maybe that's why the man knows something we don't. That's why she built
It's
a fort.
Yeah.
The man built, meanwhile, at least she could build a fort.
right.
But man, we
I
got
built
the.
one around my house.
Yo, you better stop. Don't let them see that pool because they gonna be in that back pool. So you gonna come back. I'm gonna tell you now. What's gonna be funny is you gonna come home one day and the brothers gonna be in the.
Wait,
in the
I haven't thought about that. Like,
what you gonna do when the brothers
I
like
never
that?
keep my back window open and be like, I know somebody gonna jump in and get in this house. I do say that.
One got a
sometimes.
hot tub in the hood. The brothers, she gonna come back one day. You know how they be sitting on your steps. They gonna be sitting in a hot tub with a blunt, talking about some. The what? Come on, shawty, get on in. Get on
For real,
in.
I think I have dreams that's gonna happen one day.
What you gonna
I pray
say?
Y'all good?
Oh Lord, this is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my co-host, Todd Stroger. My crazy cousin Juan is in the building. Alright, when we come back, I'm gonna go back to my point. If the mayor ain't safe in Chicago, are we?
No.
See? Well, we all in this together? She got a fort. I just got a fence. It's the Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back.
AM 1570 WBGX.
Oh, Lordy.
You know, if the news reported anything about me or anything happening in the county, I come home and there'd be a news van parked outside of my house. I started going in the back door.
Wow.
I mean, see, but I feel
But I
like...
think do you think that's what you signed up for?
No,
No.
they know my hours. They know exactly where I am.
You say your office hours?
Yeah, yeah. My office hours are between 9 and
Todd
5.
didn't... That's because Todd didn't hire me. I would have had all that shit together.
Right.
I would have had it all together. You know what he did to me, though? Let's go talk to that guy over there. So he sent me down the hall. His dude was like, man, you know how much money we got? We over here killing. We don't want you messing up our good thing. I would have been like, what are you guys doing over here? This isn't right. This just isn't right. Does the president know about this? I'd have been snitching.
You know how I generally don't talk about this kind of stuff, but you know how the investigation started?
Huh.
There was a secretary who she'd been there for years, and somebody didn't want her, and Gene said, I'll take her. And he took her, and she worked for him. Then one day Gene said, I'd like you to go and cover for lunch. And she got upset, and then she went and told somebody, I think Gene's screwing things up. Look at this. And then the investigation started, and it just got worse and worse.
No, I mean, it's like, y'all, it's like, it's so many things that you could just look at, and if you could just, like, if I had the insight that I have now,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I guess that.
That always
But
makes
I
sense.
you know what I feel like? I feel like I really wish that I could put my skills to work. Like, I feel like we got like chances to win. Like, really big, like we can make some really bold moves and really jump ahead. Like, I think we're in like a climate where nobody can really push back if you say it. If everybody just stop acting all happy and just be like, we just mad. Fuck that, we mad. And
I agree
not
with you.
not just but not just like fuck that we mad, but here's how you can like just stop fucking smiling. Just stop fucking smiling. That's all I'm saying. Like, right now we're all smiling about Kamala. Like, could you imagine right now if everybody was like, so like we could come, like I got 10 weeks to be undecided. Damn, y'all still undecided? Well, we got this. Nah, that ain't enough. Okay, how about this? Nah, that ain't enough. How about this? No. What niggas are doing right
But
now
see,
is
that's where I say that's what I was trying to tell Jasmine. That's where your foundation comes in.
but you. It's like
You have to have a tool. Where did I see this? Somebody talking about. Oh, I was watching a TV show, but what they were saying was, if you have the right tools, that's what separates us from everybody else. I mean, all the rest of the animals. We have tools. If you use the right tool, you can get what you want. The congressmen, or some congressmen, need to be our tools.
the congressman.
To the president.
I think exactly, but that's the whole point. Like, we so stupid. Like, it's so fucking crazy to me that people don't understand leverage. It's
Yeah.
crazy to me that you're arguing against your own fucking self-interest. Like, right now, you can shake everybody, and
Because they're not going to just give it to you. That's for sure.
right. And I think, like, just like the lack of courage on Madigan, the lack of, and I know I got a thing with Madigan, right? But even the lack of courage in just being like, man, nigga, you on the wall right now. We shaking your ass down. Come on, come with
I
it.
agree.
Come fucking with it.
'Cause
it's like
more like they're in the cone of silence. And nobody
exactly,
knows
and
what
so
they're
nobody
thinking.
cares. And so what happened now is all the white boys, we won't even think about collaborating with the Republicans. White boys are putting the votes together. They like, math is math. We can all cut this motherfucking pie up again.
Right.
It's like, get rid of dude. We are happy with selfies. It's like, I swear to God, I think right now, like, it's like the whole lieutenant governor thing, right? Cannabis. That's the fucking Kamala Harris shit to me, right? Like, right now, we gonna take it, and I'm cool. I don't even trip on no girl. I really don't. But I do feel like, man, you got a bully ass pulpit. They relied on you to. You smoked on the first. They took pictures of you going to buy the fucking cannabis at the white boys joint with no black people here, and then you went to the place with no unions, and it's like, I'm not fucking crazy. I'm not. And it's like, y'all can make me I feel like some days when I'm talking like I'm crazy. But I'm like, we're fucking participating in our own demise. How the fuck do you get black people to stand up and cheer for the opening of some shit that we ain't got none of?
So my question is, so with black people in this cannabis space, because we know it's a huge market, are there no more opportunities for black people to make money, or is there still potential?
There's potential, but let me ask a question.
Mm-hmm.
If you start with a blank sheet of paper, how the fuck do you write yourself out of the thing, get the white boys a head start, let them tell you that they need to get a head start in the United States?
I agree.
So I'm saying, yes, there's an opportunity, but if I'm you give me third pick.
Right.
When I should get first pick.
I get it.
And it's like, and that bullshit, and I'm not calling your shit, but I'm saying that whole selling us on why we should always accept second place, and it's like, we can't say nothing. Right.
Well, yeah, and in the cannabis space, I feel a certain way because I just look at the fact that, everybody had their weed boy in the neighborhood, and the weed boy got locked up, got felony charged and things like that. I always felt like, even when this was all coming together, I just felt that it needed to be where those people that were getting out of jail, because they were already smart businessmen. I think there need to be management opportunities, buying opportunities for the people that sold it before. Like now people coming into their neighborhood getting rich off what they went to jail for. I just think it's so bad.
So imagine you're black, you lived in a black neighborhood, you know all of that shit, and you get to write the law and you don't say nothing. Right? And you don't say nothing. And now it's like you coming back to us telling us, and then here's what you do. You let the white boys who know that the best weed sellers in the world, who had the whole fucking network, who could put all of them out of business, you write the law to say they can't be in it.
Right. Has there ever been a conversation with because I know, like, I think it was a couple black women that were on that whole thing. Has there ever been a conversation with them, with the black community, to let them know what opportunity they can get, or no?
Yes. And I think that was all sold in the beginning. And again, the whole way that they got the shit passed was they got black people, if you recall, and again, when this whole thing kicked off, the first time we heard about it, not Kelly Cassidy, because it wasn't even Kelly Cassidy, it was Kelly Burke and Heather Staines. They came on my show and they were telling us about how terrible it was and that it was time for cannabis to be legalized. And I was like, damn, why is it two white women on the radio talking to me about fucking cannabis legalized when all the black people are in jail for it? That's when they put two black women as the forefront. At the end of it, the two black people took the lead. No trip. I got behind it. We kept pushing. We like, man, if this is what y'all, we're going to roll with y'all. At the end of the day, we came out with zero. Right? Wow. We came out with zero. Now, everybody has said nothing, and we all being quiet because we don't want to embarrass our black legislators or our black friends, because the two women who were the point people are personal friends, people I love, and but if they ran point and we have zero, then they did a bad job. Right. Period. Right. And if you can pass a law, if this was the most important thing, they are now making $60 million a month. And there is zero black participation. Wow. And now you're coming to me and saying, is there a future opportunity? Well, if I had a blank piece of paper and I could make up the fucking rules, and I let someone tell me that they gave me a rationale as to why I should exclude my own fucking people.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And then now what you see is everybody running around talking about the money that they're gonna give to the community organizations. But they talking about that because they look like shit for we get the scratch, the byproduct of the R3 money, while the white boys made $60 million. Now that happens, and I'm supposed to just be cool. Now the R3 money, and then you take the R3, and then when you look at where the R3 money is it going to violence prevention? Now I ain't gonna go all the way down the path, but if we look at who received the R3 money, right, it's a perpetuation of not economic development. It's reinvesting in crime. Right? And if you make millions of dollars off of crime deterrent, the cycle is white boys make the money, we get the byproduct to stop the violence in our neighborhoods. They use part of their money to go get you. Do you know the other part of that the other half of that money is to attack people who are selling weed illegally. So in about 2 years, all the neighborhood brothers that's doing it, it's gonna be a whole fucking task force of white. No, they made 5 white cartels and let us be the fuck out of it. Wow. And it's like, and so then everybody go fucking bike riding like it's all good, right?
I go bike riding.
Okay, but it's like everybody bike riding like it's good, taking pictures, and I'm like, y'all motherfuckers are complicit. Like y'all, I'm not.
Well, no.
I'm not talking about you.
Oh, I know you're not. I know you're not talking about me, because believe me, I let me say, I looked into the cannabis game. When I found out what all go with it, I'm like, yeah, no, I'm good. They can have that.
Right. But think about this. Money. They wrote the laws so complicated. The average Negro know how to sell some weed.
I went to the class.
Come on, sorry.
It was complex.
I mean, but you understand when people are taking pictures, I'm like, you're really laughing at us. You're laughing at us as
people ain't really been taking that many selfies. They ain't been getting their hair done.
They need to. Looking at this generation, feeling hopeless. My eyes open. Ain't no hocus pocus. What's funny is people watching, they jumped off Facebook and went to YouTube so they could be anonymous. We seen your ass.
How you can tell?
I can see on my computer.
Oh.
They don't realize I can see everything. So people like, they jumping off the Facebook feed, went to the YouTube so they could be anonymous.
Hey, Miss Bass.
It's okay to be black. Shine, shine, you're beautiful inside. Hey, rise up, rise up.
Don't you know it can fly?
Wake up, Chicago. Wake up, world. This is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my co-host, Todd Stroger. Todd, we got Cousin Juan in here. Cousin Juan be asking instigatory questions. She be asking instigatory.
Oh.
You know he be trying to
Oh, boy.
Them questions. Y'all know how we do at the top of the hour, though. Gotta say what's up to the rest of the morning show team. What's up to Sonia Escobar, the music conductor of the Soul Playing. Yeah, we got Cousin Juan. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Yeah, we was talking. We're gonna move on. So I gotta ask a question. Todd, are you gonna take the kids to Fort Laurie?
No, probably not. You know, I don't know that neighborhood very well. I have no idea where she lives, actually.
Is it Lincoln Park or Rogers
She
Park?
lives
Where
on 33 something North Wrightwood. It's on her petitions. Can I help y'all understand? She gave the address on the press conference yesterday. Right. Let's just be clear.
Don't come here.
She's like, right. I don't care if you do know my address is 33, 38, 42, Washington Hall. I got, you know what? Do you think she says prairie or prairie?
Prairie.
She be like a prairie. If you from Chicago, you're supposed to say prairie. Anyway,
Is she originally from Chicago?
No,
she's from Michigan.
No,
she's from Ohio.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Somewhere around Lima.
Who?
Whitestown.
He said, who?
Somewhere white. Just like a lot of white people. Just a lot of white people. Just a lot of white people. All right. But the mayor, is the mayor safe in Chicago? Does the mayor feel safe in Chicago? You know. So I think about it. I know.
Do you feel safe in Chicago?
No.
Well, there we go.
Well, you know, I feel safe in Chicago. Until I get around certain people, right? But I feel pretty much I stay in my little circle and I feel safe in my circle.
In your circle, yeah.
Now, when I get outside of it, I got my head on the swivel. I always got my head on the swivel. And I always be like, you can tap on this window if you want to. you gonna be like, what is that big hole? I'm gonna be like, it's really big too. And it like you tap, I'm tapping right back. Right? So but I do notice this. I do know that I know a lot of people that are buying guns. Shout out to my man Mike Brown, who is getting people, they are taking the concealed carry class.
I need a cute gun.
They got pink ones.
No, they got all kinds.
They got good.
I said cute. Why have to be pink? Because I'm a girl.
I didn't say that. He said that.
Okay, well shoot. I mean, I'm telling you, get that 45. Get the handheld 45 with the palm. It's like the size of your palm, but the hole is like this big. The bullet that comes out that bad boy, you don't get no 22. Don't get no 22, cause that I want
to be like you remember like on
Make my day.
With Richard Pryor when Arsenio Hall was doing that thing and it was like there's one.
Harlem Night.
Then the one gun was like pow.
Yeah, that's the gun I want too.
I want to do that.
Well, I just want y'all to see how that you saw how that happened. How it ended up, right? Because in Chicago, everybody else got them. Y'all gonna be back. They're gonna be like,
no, you must not remember the scene well. If I remember correctly, I think it was Eddie Murphy.
He came out.
He goes, pow, 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 pow. And he look up and he got everybody.
And it was all right. Exactly. He did 3 times and shot all 3.
Okay. So talk to me, y'all. What do y'all think about the mayor? And can I get callers too? Give us a call, 872-259-7474. 872-259-7474. What does it say when the mayor of the city of Chicago has not only barricaded herself in her home, but locked up her block.
Well, I can't compare to the mayor, but I have to say my brother, of course, mayor is Iowa City, and it's Iowa City, as calm as it get. And so I get a call saying it's protesters outside his house, and they're surrounded. And to know my brother, he's the nicest, calmest person ever. And I can see the ring, you know, like that ring video. And all these people are descending on his home. You know me, West Side. Wait, I'm getting in my car. I'm about to go see what's going on. Because I felt a sense of people attacking my brother. So I got scared. So I can't really... I think it's overkill having that many officers and doing what she's doing. But even with my brother in Iowa during this time, I was scared. Probably during another time, I probably wouldn't have been scared, but I literally was scared for my brother.
So let me ask you a question. I think that's a great point. What do you think is happening for the rest of the citizens? Right? Like, what do you think? Do you think other citizens are scared? Do you think that citizens and I guess I think of my fearless leader, right? And I guess maybe I'm an old school guy, and I say we go down with the ship, and I feel like I believe that I am one of those people that really works to not be scared of my own people, right? Like I ain't going walking up in no dumb stuff, but I really recognize I recognize that. That's why people always like, you got to take somebody with you. You better have some security. You better have it. And I'm like, I'm not really there yet. And I believe that I try to operate righteously. Now I'm in no way, shape, or form close to the mayor. But I do think that it sends a really bad signal to the rest of the city and the rest of the world that the mayor feels so unsafe. That not that she has to have, because she has a security detail. Yeah,
she has to have a security, but that was overkill. Like having both sides of the streets without.
They blocked the block. They got like a perimeter.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like a perimeter, and it's like even the neighbors are saying, "This we think people we live on the block."
Right.
I'm gonna tell you, I live on the block, and I don't want nobody who ain't on my block on my block. Like drive through, but don't hang out, don't stand here, keep it moving, right? But the neighbors recognize the right to assemble, the right to convene, and they probably recognize, they're probably mad at the mayor too because they like, let our city go up. But I think if the neighbors aren't saying we need to lock down the block, and I think, quite frankly, being the wife of an elected official, my wife has been verbally accosted, threatened even by members of the Democratic Party, by political operatives, everything. She don't got no security.
Right.
Like she go to event, like Negroes don't like me and attack her. Right? And I think I'm not likening my wife to the mayor. I'm not suggesting that. I'm suggesting that Toni Preckwinkle, she has a security detail. That comes with the job. Yeah. But when you decide that you are going to take very strong positions and threaten people, tell them you're coming after them. When you got, could you give me some audio? Because I need, let's talk about when people just want to tell you, let's go back to Ray Lopez. Let's give Juan an education real quick. Let's go to Ray Lopez when he talked about what was happening in his neighborhood and what she said to him. Talk.
Downtown is in lockdown. Our neighborhoods are next. And our failure to fully get ready for what's going on in the neighborhoods, we're seeing this destruction and we're thinking that it's going to somehow end tonight. We have seen where in other cities this has gone on for days. And we need to come up with a better plan for days, at least for the next 5 days, to try and stabilize our communities. Right now, Mayor Back in the Yards in Brighton Park, from Halstead almost all the way through to Kedzie.
These are other people's blocks that are happening to us. This is listen to what she says to them.
Which borders between me and Alderman Taylor has had 400 people in 4 lanes of traffic almost for an hour. We can't expect our police, and I don't fault them at all, to be able to control this. But I know that we asked our faith base yesterday to stand as the front line between police and looters and rioters. And I'm simply not comfortable telling my churches, those people, to be the intermediary in the middle of a riot that's citywide. We need something better, because right now we only have 370 whatever National Guards on standby. Half our neighborhoods are already obliterated. It's too late. We have to come up with a better plan, because my fear is once they're done looting and rioting and whatever's going to happen tonight, what happens when they start going after residents, going into the neighborhoods? You know, we know that people are here to antagonize and incite, and you've got them all pumped today. They're not going to go to bed at 8 o'clock. They're going to turn their focus in the neighborhoods. I've got gangbangers with AK-47s walking around right now, just waiting to settle some scores. What are we going to do, and what do we tell our residents other than good faith people stand up? It's not going to be enough.
Thank you, Alderman. Next question.
No, I want an answer.
No.
You commented on everybody. I want an answer. It's not something you ignore. This
Listen.
is a question
Listen.
that I have.
I think you're 100% foolish. That's what I think. If you think
No offense, then.
hold on.
Who are you to tell me I'm full of shit?
And if you think we were not ready and we stood by and let the neighborhood go up, there's nothing intelligent that I can say to you.
Well, maybe you should come out and see what's going on.
The stupidest thing I have ever heard. That you think that you...
Mayor, you need to check your attitude. That's what you need to do. Because right now, no, you need to check your attitude. Wait a minute. I'm being disrespectful. She just told me I'm full of shit.
Everybody, come on, let's calm down.
Come on, now. Let's calm down. That's it.
Wait a minute.
Okay.
Wait a minute.
Ray, cut it out, please. Calm down, Ray. We're all here. Come on, guys.
Wait a minute. My neighborhood.
More intelligent than that. Please calm down.
Let's go ahead. Thank you.
I think right now we need solutions. So people need solutions. Let's step up.
Sonia, and then what I want you to do, I want you to give me Brian Hopkins, her response to Brian Hopkins, and then in the process of while you're doing that, I want you to see if you can find the mayor saying why she felt like she needed security, even as she left the rest of the city.
Was this a Zoom call? What's this?
This was that Zoom call. This was a Zoom call that was played months ago. But again, everybody was screaming months ago that the city is going up and we're not safe. She told him he was full of crap.
Laurie, no.
Now, come on. Now, hold on. So now let's talk about the downtown alderman, Brian Hopkins, who, here's what happened for him.
They did acknowledge today they had some advance intelligence, but if that was the case, there seemed to be a lacking response. Why didn't they raise the bridges? Why didn't they have the patrol officers in place earlier? Why didn't they move those resources around as the caravans were coming in from the south? They let them come downtown. So there were a lot of tactical and strategic mistakes that were made, and once you lose control, it's extraordinarily difficult to get it back, especially with chaos and mayhem. That's very violent, by the way. This was not just looting. There was a lot of violence last night. There were threats on the police officers, rocks and bottles thrown at them. 13 of them were injured. Mace was being sprayed around. There was a stabbing, 2 shootings, and most frightening of all, 2 police officers attempting to arrest a looter were fired upon. And it's only because the bullets missed that we are not having a funeral for 2 police officers who were doing their job last night, trying to protect a city that they are sworn to serve. I mean, this is unprecedented. What we've seen right now in the year of COVID, when we have a pandemic crippling our economy and tourism is already
Can you
dried
find
up,
Laurie's response
to have this repeated on the heels of what just happened in May, with the threat that it's going to continue
and
unless
then
we come up with a plan
Laurie
to stop it.
On the police,
we'll cease it from happening again. That's a concern that we have right now. There's some social media chatter that there might be some more scattered looting events tonight. If that keeps up, people will be afraid to come to Chicago.
That was downtown alderman Brian Hopkins, 2nd Ward Green Team Supreme Captain. Right? Captain Supreme of the Green Team in his straight up Blackhawks attire. And here is that was his response after downtown had been looted, robbed, and
I heard that one.
Okay, so let's play the mayor's response to that.
Mouth run before he actually gets the facts. I don't think there's any reason for me to say anything further. Our police department got the intelligence, acted on it quickly, brought 400 officers downtown, and what we need now is not money-morning quarterbacks and sideline critics.
Meanwhile, as she deploys a battalion of police officers in front of her home. As what were you asking about the aldermen not speaking up and standing up for their communities up front? So, right, and quite frankly, Alderman Lopez abuts you, right? His ward comes right next to you. He and Jeanette Taylor share the same information. If you heard, he mentioned Alderman Taylor as they were trying to protect their neighborhoods and getting additional resources. To which they were responded, "You are
so disrespectful."
But no.
The mayor was
right, exactly.
Yeah, that was
and so, but that seems to be her response to anybody. And so when you like, I here's what I'm gonna suggest. I'm going to suggest that if you try to speak up, right, you're gonna get hit with the bully stick. I think back to when Ed Burke was just trying to, now I know he's in trouble, but he just tried to say, Madam President such and such, and she kicked his butt, right? She beat him down.
I don't need you to tell me.
I don't need you to tell me nothing, etc. Yeah. And so it's like now, as she's alienated people after people after people who've been here who could provide some aid and assist. I mean, you think about it. She threw Kim Fox under the bus. Right. Soon as she got she will throw anybody under the bus for her own self. And I'm suggesting that she's not bringing the city together. And so as she's throwing people under the bus, you got Fox. Let's hear her talk about Kim Fox.
To those who engage in this criminal behavior, we are coming for you. We are already at work on finding you, and we intend to hold you accountable for your actions. I don't care. I do not care. Whatever justification was given for this, there is no justification for criminal behavior ever. And I call upon our state's attorney and our courts to make sure that these individuals who are arrested and those to come are held accountable. Put your best people on this. We have made the case. We have the video. We have the officer testimony. These people need to be held accountable and not cycled through the system. And judges that are holding these cases, you need to step up and be responsible. We can't continue to allow this to happen. And as the superintendent said, for people to believe that there is no accountability through our criminal justice system.
So it's everybody but the mayor, right? As she again we're coming for you, right? Like if you scared, go to church. But don't be like, we coming for you, but I'ma hide. Right. Think about that. Like you if you the baddest officer in the land, badass, go get him. Tiger. I'm just suggesting that I think that we have learned to accept hypocrisy in Illinois politics. It's like you can say, it's no different to me than every politician being like, we got to get Trump out. Meanwhile, y'all sitting here letting Mike Madigan lead y'all to the... This in my estimation. As the mayor continues to antagonize everyone, then burns up, and then took up... She won't even use the CPD. She took her police officers out of the CPD and made them federal agents and gave them to a private security boss, a federal marshal. The same federal marshal who wrote the plan to rope off the South and West Sides. Remember that? Y'all don't remember that, though. I don't remember that. Okay, well, let me tell you. He and Bob Milan wrote the mayor's...
Oh, he works for the mayor? Or he works for the security firm?
He actually was a former U.S. Marshal.
No, I mean Milan.
No, Milan and this guy were teamed up in security somewhere else.
Oh, okay.
Right? And they wrote a plan to stop the violence in the city of Chicago, which included roping off neighborhoods, key neighborhoods in the South and West Sides, enforcing a curfew, bringing in the military, etc. So when you think about the strategy that he has been able to deploy, no shade, it's like, I expect this, right? It's like, but their objective is not the city of Chicago. Their objective is the mayor. And I feel like it sends a terrible, terrible sign to the rest of Chicagoans when the mayor barricades off her block to protect herself. When they asked her about the threat, she said, I can't get into specifics. It never can you. No, let us know. Shoot. Look, can we FOIA them bad boys? Right. I want to know what people are saying. What are they doing? And I just think that...
To cause that much. You would have to me, you would have to say they actually come bomb my house. They found a bomb.
That's my
yeah. You have to back it up with facts.
Have we ever seen the mayor back up anything that she said with facts?
In this, I will say, you, the average citizen, have no idea of what might be happening when it comes to threats.
Right.
Most threats never come to anything, but there are times people send things and they're like, I'm going to get you, I'm going to get this person, I'm going to get this person. So then the feds get involved, and then they start telling you what to do.
We ain't see the feds get involved, though.
They don't tell the whole world. They just talk to you and say, well,
hey,
we're taking care of this, and we're going to try to get this guy and take him into court.
Well, she basically said it was her. She ain't say it was the feds. She said it was me. I said it, and I'm doing it, and anybody got a question.
Well, isn't that her?
Exactly. That's y'all mayor. That's your mayor. Hey, y'all, this is the Mace Jackson Show. We'll be back. When we come back, we'll finish.
Jasmine, what part of Auntie Laurie is she for the family?
That's Juan.
I'm at Juan. I'm sorry, cousin Juan.
All right, y'all. We'll be back after these messages.
Dad, messed it up.
You was holding on to it. I just want y'all to see the color of May's coffee. Y'all see the color of May's?
Beige.
This is not coffee.
It's milk.
This is cream with a little bit of coffee.
You know where I learned to drink coffee? The first time I had actually got coffee?
Where?
Was Cafe Du Monde. And it was Cafe, what do they call it?
You had it with chicory?
No, I didn't do it with chicory. I did the chicory the second time.
Cafe au lait?
Is it Cafe au lait? Whatever it is.
Cafe Du Monde.
But I went to Cafe Du Monde, but
the
coffee that they make and it's cream. And I mean, because I wasn't a big coffee drinker. I mean, I never drank coffee.
You clearly aren't. You're still not a coffee drinker. He's like, when I became a coffee drinker, this is not coffee. This is cream with ice and a little bit of coffee.
Right, on the side.
On the side, right. It's like, give me two pumps of coffee.
Right.
Hey, you know, some fool came on my thing and said, first of all, y'all know I be seeing all these comments, right?
Which one? You looking at the ones online, Facebook?
No, I read the comments.
Oh.
Do you know, like, I really want to call people. First of all, Shalonda Spencer.
Shalonda Spencer.
You keep my wife's name out your mouth, right? You can say whatever the fuck you want to say to me. Don't say shit else to my wife. Don't. Not about what I say. I want to be clear, right? And pardon the cursing. Like, y'all can say whatever y'all want to say. Y'all want to be part of the broadcast. I'm going to say what I'm going to say. My wife, I don't get a vote in the boardroom. My wife does not get a vote on what I say in this show. Now, you say my wife's name again on my broadcast, or you try to call her out, I'm going to just let you know I'm coming for your ass. Like, real talk. I don't play that shit. It's my family. Now, and I don't get no security detail.
Where'd she say something at?
Yes, 2 days ago.
Oh.
Like, man, don't talk about, man, I'm going to tell you.
That's I'm feeling that. I told you they came my brother in Iowa for the man. I was on my way, so you can't play with family.
And it's like
we can agree to disagree, but don't
and again, my show is my show. I'm doing this of my thing. But
right.
You don't, like, she ain't got a fucking answer for what I say on the show. Fuck right. You think you are? Like, seriously.
She must have really said something.
Let me tell you something. My wife has to deal with me and all of this shit that I do.
Mm-hmm.
She has to deal with all of the people that treat her fake and phony because of what I do.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And still maintain her job.
Right.
She has to sit up and take white people and everybody else who tries to use what I say on this show and try and timestamp and date stamp it and send it around to people like, this is what her husband said, this, that,
right.
this, that. Then I try to enlighten y'all on my experience, right? And the number one supporter of my wife, and I will support her to anything, because we got each other's back. Right. And quite frankly, all of the things that we talk about, man, Carrie is as proactive as a black politician can be.
Right.
And it's like, every day, all these same white people on TV talking about Black Lives Matter,
mm-hmm.
White people be the same ones trying to undercut her as the president. And I turn on and I read this bullshit. No, say some stupid shit again here.
Right.
Yeah. There. Now, then you got these violence prevention motherfuckers who now violence prevention, but these same damn elected officials watch these ignorant motherfuckers say stupid shit and let them say crazy stuff. Then, don't get me started about the fake phonies who be like, hey, don't make me. I'm in a mood today.
I see. Drink some more coffee. But yeah, don't mess with, you know, that's family right there.
She wake up every morning to support me and to support my show.
She's one of the strongest people because, I mean, knowing that she's in that world and then
got me as the husband.
Got you as the husband. I mean, for her to even sustain, you know, hats off to you, sis. You know that.
Right. It's like you can imagine what it has to be like being be a politician and have me as the husband who is mad as fuck at everybody. Right. No,
I get it.
And quite frankly, some of you mugs is lucky that Carrie exists.
Right.
And that Carrie is Carrie. Cause she be like, it's okay.
Right.
I'd be like, no the fuck it ain't. It's more than that to me. Now, next one want to step up, let me know. Okay, we gonna get ready.
Morning, Artie.
I'm so confused, and I think I'm gonna cry tonight. What must I do, baby? Now you know what you mean. Twice. Tell me something. Tell me the truth. I'm so unpredictable. Why don't you blame me? Sway. Why won't you love me? Now straight up, y'all letting dudes talk crazy to women and then want to be freedom fighters. Come on, man. Y'all sound crazy. Happy birthday to my Constance Foster.
Happy birthday,
appreciate
Constance.
you. Girl, don't you even care. Blown away. You. My baby. You are listening to the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my co-host, Todd Stroger. I got my cousin Juan in the building, as well as Sonia Escobar. Y'all, you know what? I got a couple calls. I'm going to take the calls real quick, and after we take the calls, then we're going to move on to the subject. Let me start with, is it Margot? Margot, you on the Maze Jackson Show? Is it Marco? Frank!
Oh, hey, Frank.
What up, Frank from the West Side?
I'm putting the pedal to the metal on her. Because quite frankly, Maze, I don't think she knew what to do about the violence, the looting, the carjacking, the home invasion, and the answer is right up under her nose. What her problem is, now that she's in office, she come around and talk to her. When she do come on, now all of a sudden she don't want to take comments, she don't want to take questions, you know what I'm saying, suggestions, none of that stuff. Now, so she doesn't have time. That's going to be her downfall. Because that's what I was afraid of with Tony Prep, which is the reason why I didn't vote for him. Now, as far as her being in fear of her life, anything or threat, not from the people. All she needs that one call, just like the other mayors did. She's not threatened. Even what she said, we coming for you. That's nothing new. She has done nothing different. Nothing new to stop it, you know what I'm saying, or the Capitol. So they're not afraid of her. What only threat was to Mayor Lightfoot is the FOP. This is why she flip-flopped on us and back at everything they do. That was the only threat to her, but she's on her way to being one time, ma'am. You know what I'm saying? If someone new come and run against her, that's good. I'm going to vote for him because she doesn't want to do the one thing that it takes to stop all of that in this track. And quite frankly, I'm going to put it like this. It's not the rich.
or the semi-rich out there caught up in all this madness, this crime, and this little, because they're not going to do anything to jeopardize the pretty decent life they have. It's the struggling middle class and the suffering poor who's doing it, because they have nothing to lose. If you put a program together like Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. said, call it the guaranteed income, he's been telling us since the 60s, put stipulations to it, easily done with a transaction tax on all the banks in Illinois, all the credit unions, the Board of Trade, and the Stock Exchange Board. 1.1% will cover it all. A guaranteed income with stipulations, and you will see the drive-bys, the looting, the home invasion, the carjacking, and all this stuff come down to the 0.0, because if you get arrested or convicted of any of these at the start of this program, you're suspended indefinitely.
Thanks, Frank.
That'll bring it to a screeching halt.
Thank you, my brother. Hey, man, she ain't gonna. Okay, I don't know what's going on. I need my headphones to come up just a little bit. All right, let me go to. Thanks, Frank, for your call. Okay, here we go, y'all.
Who is it?
It's Jim from Elgin.
Oh,
you thought it was Art. Jim, what's up, man? What's up, man?
Well, I'm sitting here. I have my new political operative, P. Ray, with me. We're listening to your show. Do you know who P. Ray is?
No, I don't.
In Austin.
Good morning. I organized Black Chicago for Trump. Come join us, May.
What? Black Chicago for Trump? You better call Brother Patah. Let me tell y'all what. Well, you Black Chicago for Trump. You know they'll run you out of town on a rail for that.
Oh, you know I have a Trump sign in my yard in the middle of Austin.
Oh, no, wait a minute. I think I just saw you on. You know what? We're going to have to get you in the studio. Jim, that was a good call. We're going to get you in here because you're going to probably get my numbers up, but you're going to get some death threats out there. You're going to have to get you a fort. You're going to have to call Laurie and ask could you stay at the fort.
It's been more positive than negative. Like, everybody is on board with my Donnie. It's just that people don't want to say it aloud. But he's going to win, and it's going to be a landslide.
Wait. Did you say Mike Donnie? Did you say Mike Donnie? Oh, Lord. Have you been to the White House?
Twice.
Ooh.
My screensaver is actually a selfie we took.
Well, he don't have that many white people, so that's probably why you can get in.
Oh, but look.
No. Candace Owens does the Black Leadership Summit every October. And so the first year I went to talk to Ben Carson about the fact that the city of Chicago has hoarded the CHA money for 20 years.
Ooh.
So he told me what they were going to do, and the Trump administration did exactly what they said they were going to do. Dr. Carson told me in the East Room of the White House that the problem was the automatic prerogatives. So he said that the Trump administration was going to work with the city of Chicago to get rid of the automatic prerogatives, and then they would start development, but not through Section 8, through Section 3. After Laurie got elected, what was the first thing she did? She went straight to D.C. to meet with my Donnie, Ivanka, and Ben, or Dr. Carson. She came back, opened the city council for the first time, and said no more automatic prerogatives. How could she strip the city council of all that power and not end up in the river? Because Donald Trump has her back. So what she's doing is telling the world, or, trying to be very adversarial to him in the public, but in the background, they're working very closely together. Even when the feds came to guard the statue, remember, she pulled the statues down, and then she sent the feds to the west and the south sides. But she couldn't say initially she was bringing the feds for the west and south side. So it's always the underplay for the overlay. Does that make sense?
It makes sense. I always said they could be playing together. I don't think you go to the White House. I told you she was a Republican, though. Hey, y'all. Hey, thanks. You know what, Jim? Now, you going to get in trouble. They still ain't going to like you, but I appreciate you. Look, they ain't never letting Jim get off that brown. He's like black. He said he was trying to be a Jimi Hendrix.
Right, I remember that.
No,
he didn't say that.
Why does she keep calling him my Donnie? I've never.
Because that's like the diamond and silk.
Mine. She always refers
my
to
Donnie.
him that way.
It's just to irritate you, right? Like my Donnie Trump, right? Donnie Trump.
I just never heard anybody call a president a nickname.
You know what? I forgot. Hold on. Y'all talk to the people real quick. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, she's very
thanks for your help. You guys are quick on the job. I appreciate you. No, I asked you to talk to the people while I got to. It's okay because I got to go to the book. Remember, we got a book.
We got a book.
All right, so first of all, I want to remind you all to shop at Black-owned and operated Solo Beauty, where you are appreciated and respected. Located at 8158 South Cottage Grove, Solo Beauty can supply all of your black hair care needs. Solo Beauty is open from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. Tuesdays through Saturday, or you can find them online at www.solobeautysupply.com. Also, can I remind you all? I just got to remind you all. Monday, 8:30 a.m., big announcement.
Monday, 8:30.
Big announcement. You must tune in to What's in It for the Black People Radio because we have a big announcement. We are going to be announcing a new addition to our lineup. And when I tell you that I am excited about what's about to happen, and I think when the rest of the city finds out what is about to happen, we are going to change the face of digital radio, right? Of social radio. We are going to change. You're going to start coming to us first for your daily entertainment. Look, we got 12 hours of programming coming right here to What's in It for the Black People Radio. But when we put this cherry on it, when y'all see this one, y'all gonna be like, damn. Look, I'm telling you, I'm competing. When we make our announcement on Monday, 8:30 a.m. on the morning show, I'm going to tell you, we are going to change the way. You better be here. Oh, you're going to be gone.
Yeah, I won't be here.
Where you going?
You're going to the Black Caucus Golf Outing.
Oh, yeah, you told us that.
Right.
You told me somebody going to jump me
out. They don't never ask me to come. I'm still trying to get Salim Muwakil to come join us over here. He is he holding out, but if he don't come, then we might turn into a bastion of white right-wing thought. So, Salim, we're gonna need your philosophical input. But I'm putting you on blast on air, so I'm gonna stop. Hey y'all, but big announcement, 8:30 a.m. and I'm gonna tell y'all the What's in It for the Black People. Everybody gonna want to be over here at that. After that, it's gonna be like I'm still the biggest for now. All right, y'all. The Joe Biden show. Did you watch it last night? Did Joe Biden bring it home? I think. So here's another thing. I think that Joe Biden. Well, back up. Let's do this. Let's take a quick break. When we come back from the break, then we'll talk about Joe Biden, the Biden party. Plus, y'all, don't forget, 8:30 we got the Bigs. I got a new sports call-in show coming every Tuesday and Thursday, 1 to 3. The Bigs will be here at 8:30. We'll be talking to them during Tell Me Something Good Friday as well. But when we come back, the Joe Biden show, it's the Maze Jackson Show. We'll be right back.
The Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back after this break.
Woohoo!
When you normally say talk to people, that's normally on Facebook Live. You never say it when we're live on the show when I've been here. So I didn't know what you were talking about.
What?
When you just did what you did. You was like, talk.
Oh, yeah.
I thought it was Facebook Live, so I was looking down.
I wasn't clear. Sometimes I just...
Yeah, I was looking here to start talking to people on Facebook Live. What about you?
I get a little crazy. That's just the way it's supposed to be. It's a little hazy. I think this is when I love chili. This is during this video.
You don't like her now?
No.
Oh.
She's old and used up now.
Oh my.
So then what are you?
I'm approaching the best time of my life.
Okay.
Chili had the dark hair?
The long
hair.
Yeah, she had long dark hair. I started out with left eye because I was crazy.
You say this works.
And I was like, right, no, I thought I liked her style.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Then I was chilly. Then I think when Red Light Special came out and I saw T-Boz and I was like, well, damn. Then after, then when she was with Mac 10, I was like, what? Wait, what? Huh? Oh, no.
Why?
I think when we were at that, I want to say, I feel like we had I don't want to say a scuffle, but a
run-in. I
feel like I had something happened at the Sprite Awards. what? I don't know what it was, but something happened with Mac 10's crew.
With you?
And me.
Oh.
And I was like, man, fuck Mac 10. Right? Like, oh my God, I have had some of the most crazy. I just think about the time. One time we were at the Soul Train Awards. No, I'm gonna stop. I don't tell y'all no more. It's too much. But yes, I have had my run-ins with some of my mouth of, I don't care who you are.
My parents used to go to Soul Train Awards every once in a while.
Oh my God, the Soul Train Awards. That was so good. Those were
I
the
just
good
like
old
the
days.
parties. I hate all the award shows.
I loved, like, when I was the director of urban marketing for Coke and Sprite, and so they were the sponsors. So I always had like first 1, 2, 3 rows, and then Tony Hollins, Calvin's daughter, her mom worked for Burrell, so she always had like I remember going to the first Soul Train Awards and like snooping, everybody was behind us, right? Like that's oh, we had good old times, the good old times. Jay Ivey slept on my floor. Now he like man, we had some. All those pictures over there.
It's just the vibe, and during awards time, it's just a great vibe. Those award shows just went so long. It should be like 5 hours.
I remember staying at the Hotel Nico during the Soul Train Awards and coming down in the lobby and being like, everybody, and it wasn't like they were stars. It was like everybody's kicking. It was during the Rough Riders era, so it was like I remember me and Big Swill when we thought we was gonna rent us a car. We was like, we gonna rent us a Bentley when we get there because everybody's renting cars. It was like that motherfucker's $1,200 a day plus 20 cents a mile. We was like, can we get the Mustang, please?
And most likely you didn't really even need it.
Nobody. You are listening to us right here on WBGX 1570 AM. You might be listening to us on the TuneIn app. Perhaps you are watching us on Facebook Live or YouTube. Also, to everybody on Facebook Live, I want to tell you all thank you for the stars. If you want to support the morning show and you can't advertise, then we want to ask you to please consider sending us stars. Every one of those stars counts. They're a penny each, but every one, those pennies add up. We are looking to continue to expand our programming. We want to put all of the shows online. I want to also let you know that this Monday, 8:30 a.m., we have a big announcement. A big announcement. Michelle, you used to remember when you used to like us. You don't like us no more?
Yeah, I know.
Oh, what turn? It's okay. You can turn. It's like, it's options in this world. You know what I'm saying? I don't ever want you to feel like if it's too much, first of all, I love you all. I appreciate you all. I appreciate you taking time. Whether you listen to love or to hate, it all goes to the ratings. So I appreciate you. But I don't want you to feel mad. Don't let me make you mad. If you want to go have lollipops and rainbows, there's plenty of stations you can tune to. And you can do it, but I want y'all to tune me on the big screen TV too. All right, check it out, y'all. Joe Biden. Yesterday, he gave the closing speech. Something about that close and that big kiss at the end that just throws me off a little bit.
I thought it was well done. I mean, the whole thing. I enjoyed the little what do they call that thing they did where they had the pictures and all that little movie thing beforehand, and then he started talking. I like the way that went.
I like the end, like when they were waving and all the people.
Oh yeah, like
and all the people.
Like who's on the Zoom call.
Yeah, on the Zoom call.
Oh really? Because my wife's like, who are they pointing at?
No, I just think. I think like when I did that Oprah thing, and it's like you're on the Zoom call, but you are having your own personal interaction with the show.
Right.
So it's like your wife may not recognize, but when you're on the Zoom call, like the person can see you and they're waving and they're talking to you, and so you like, hey, he pointed at me, right. And you be like, oh, hey man, I'm gonna tell you that what they're able to do with these Zoom calls now, like. Can I tell you what the other thing I think is kind of interesting about what's happening with this COVID
So are
thing?
we like saying Zoom is like Xerox? It's just kind of like covering any...
Yeah, I think it's starting to happen that way. What I think, though, is interesting about this, and I know this is off the subject, I almost feel like this COVID, which I do think is going to end November 4th,
What the whole
prior
COVID
to
thing?
November 4th.
No, November 3rd is the election. November 4th
November
is gonna be like, we found the cure.
Yeah, I think it's already here. They're just waiting for it.
Right, they just waiting. I think the Democrats
Release date.
I think the Democrats need COVID to go until the election day. And I think the Republicans are now learning how to manipulate it. But that's a whole different point. I was thinking, Todd, Juan, with this, with the Zoom calls and this whole COVID, is this also a way to force us to cashless society? I know it sounds crazy, right?
No, I thought about that.
It's
I
like
actually thought about that.
now. Remember there were businesses and places that were going cashless, and then there was this big thing like that was illegal and and they were keeping people out, and now they have a reason to go cashless. And I also think that it ushers in the era of video technology. You know how we used to I didn't like to do a lot of video chatting. I definitely didn't use my FaceTime because I always be like, man, you got to clean the house. You got to do. I don't want y'all looking. I'd be like, man, and can somebody please call Robin Kelly and tell her to clean off her couch when she do her Zoom call? You know what? I'm just saying. I'm saying. I'd be like, man, you can't have all that stuff piled up on the couch. I'd be like, we can see that, right? We can see that.
She should do a backdrop behind her.
I really feel like, I really would like to. One of the things I would love to do. I also want to point out that a lot of people have stolen my original concept of the Zoom, of the backdrop. Remember when I was broadcasting from the crib and I would have all my plaques and my paddles and everything back there. Now if you pay attention, some people be doing my stuff and I'd be like,
got your plaques and paddles?
No, man. But they was like, that maze is pretty smart.
It's his Bolingbrook 8th grade.
Right, they got it.
I'm just telling. No, it was sick. Now, Todd, are you really you really want to go there? Because the paddle is the Sigma wood.
If Cousin Juan says that, I'm laughing.
Look, you trying to find you a friend? Okay,
I need a friend.
Right. It last. You laughing, but you was Jasmine just 2 minutes last break.
I was Jasmine, but at least it begins with a J.
So Joe Biden, Democratic National Convention rated A, B, C, or D?
B.
Okay, B.
I'm gonna give it a B plus.
I'm gonna give it a C.
You're always giving low grades.
No, I'm gonna give it a C. No, if I would have
given it an A if I cried. So that's why I gave it a B.
If you cried, I would have gave you a slap. I can't slap you. Excuse me, can't say that. Next thing you'll be like, oh, Maze is a misogynist, and he's
I'm your cousin, so we might slap each other. A little different.
So I give it a C because I've been to the DNC, right? And so knowing the actual excitement, I feel like there's a part of it that with all the people, the pomp, the circumstance, the fanfare, that I miss as a political junkie, right? And I think so. I think I have my memories based in nostalgia, but I do think we're moving into a new world. Can I tell you who was really mad though? The people in Milwaukee. They salty. They ain't getting no cash. They like, this Zoom ain't adding up to nothing. I'm gonna tell you, in them parties, woo! I'm telling you, I wanted to go to DNC in Milwaukee. I was gonna drive up just to eat every day. I was gonna be crashing. I'm gonna tell you, them shrimp. I went to the speakers party in Charlotte. He had shrimp this big. I bet ComEd paid for him though. Hey, Mr. May Jackson Show, I'm your host. We'll be back after these messages. Yo boy did pay for him.
Charlotte?
Yes.
I guess I stopped paying attention after. How was Charlotte?
Great.
You know what?
It was Obama's second go round.
They break off from everything else, and you're like a superstar in that city, and they do everything for you. It is kind of nice.
I wasn't even. Let me tell you. So my boy Chad was demanding that we go because he had been, and I really hadn't been, and he was like, "We gotta go, we gotta go, we gotta go," and it's like, I don't like going to events like that because I feel like it's very clear to be the have and the have not. Right. And I also feel like
when you're at that, I'm a player, right, and I can make it. But when you there, it's like you talking about world fucking government people. Like you talking about when you say VIP there, you talking about national security clearance. You talking about all type of crazy people,
Right.
and it's like I'm a power junkie more than a celebrity junkie, and if you are a power junkie, that it's like the problem with going to places like that to me is if you ain't all the way plugged, and I'm not talking about generic. If I can see that there's a better place and I ain't in it, I got a problem. And in that joint, it's like you can see it. Like when you got that finance committee thing on, they be like, that away. Oh, what's your that way? Right? You got finance, it's like steak and lobster, hamburgers. Right? Every major company sets up, right? So they got demonstrations. I drove the Google car, like everybody, because you have all of the world influencers in one place. And so every major company has got some kind of party, some kind of, and if you got credentials, they like, because they don't know where you are, you.
And it's like with the credentials, it doesn't matter if you were invited or not invited, but the credentials.
The credentials, people just say you got a credential, you can come on in.
Yeah.
Right? Like we
don't
know
somebody.
because we don't know who you are. And you don't be in the 48 laws of power. Be careful who you offend. Right? And so you don't know that the person you talking to is the boss of the whole state of such and such.
Right.
Man, but once the old man was like, I was there, and he's like, you went? I was like, yeah. He said, I don't know if I'm gonna come. You can have all my shit. When you want to talk about have and have nots, like that would, like I'm telling you, they would look at that. Right this way, sir. No, I'm talking about like I was in the same line with Bill Clinton, right? Like when we trying to get some food, like me and Bill Clinton, like this,
like that, right?
Like excuse me, he like, oh, you want shrimp? I like shrimp too. Excuse me, sir. Right.
And it's the same thing. Like even in the entertainment world, if you're, like you said, like with the awards, like if you belong, it's nobody trying to get autograph. It's just like us sitting right here. It's just the norm.
That was what I loved about.
That's what I love about those, like some of those parties.
I loved like that, like when we were Sprite and all that stuff. It was like you never worried about being on the list. You never worried about whether you're gonna get in. You weren't worried about your dress code because it was like if you was in, then they knew you was in, right? And you were just in the game,
right?
So I think, knowing that all of that has gone away, like I remember being at that ROM, everybody has their own party, so you getting tickets to Chicago party, the whole thing. And it's like, the thing about the DNC is then the celebrities are there too.
Right.
I think Obama kind of cheapened it though. Like I think what Obama did was make political pop culture. And so now Jay-Z is now to have all the celebrities at the White House, and now you at the DNC, and all the celebrities are at the DNC, and I feel like it then became about getting a picture or getting.
It's kind of like how in my world South by Southwest was. Normally South by Southwest was emerging
industry, right?
Industry, and then all of a sudden the corporate people and the celebrities found out, and then now they take it over, and that's not a good feeling. It changes the whole feel of it.
So I feel like I haven't made it to Zoom World yet, right? I haven't made it. I just haven't made it to Zoom World, and I think I do enjoy the traditional, like, pomp and circumstance of the Democratic Party, like the whole freaking everybody being in the room and being a delegate. And like, as a young Democrat, when you was a young Democrat, we did the same thing. So it was like the grown-up version. And when you finally get there, you like, damn.
Shout out to the events industry that produced all that. Shout out to y'all. People don't know behind scenes, but shout out to that.
Yes. But see, that's my whole thing. Like, even in that, think about the people who got to produce that.
Yeah.
Right? They're going to make at least $500,000 off of doing that. And that's somebody's daughter, that's some donor's kid, that's some, we ain't even in that mix.
Right.
Right? My kid has an event planning company. Great. Here, you got Philadelphia.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I would love to see what was the spend. Y'all ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Looking at this generation, feeling hopeless. My eyes open. Ain't no hocus pocus. They will all know us. Mm-mm. Shine, shine, you're beautiful inside. Hey, rise up, rise up.
Don't you know you can fly?
Wake up, Chicago. Wake up, world. This is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my co-host, Todd Stroger. Todd, but you know we got to do at the top of the hour. Got to say what's up to the rest of the morning show team. What's up to my cousin Juan? Cousin Juan, what's up?
What up? Hey, y'all. Hey.
Cousin Juan in the building. Got to say what's up to the musical conductor of the Soul Plane, Miss Sonia Escobar. Sonia Escobar, how you feeling? All right, y'all. Well, I'm going to tell y'all what. It seems like we are locked and loaded.
You know how I made that mistake with the Jasmine thing? I forgot to give Cousin Juan her handle. See, if I said Cousin Juan, I'd never make a mistake like that.
Right, you got to say
Cousin Juan. You know Cousin Juan, you like Cousin Pete.
Yeah.
Right? Cousin Pete. See, but you know what? Todd won't understand that reference. You know why? Because he didn't like Poetic Justice.
Oh, that was awful.
Really?
Fire Todd.
Oh, that was awful.
Really?
That was a good time for
are you just now
and you know, the funny that comes up because I was in Los Angeles for the convention when I saw that.
They probably had a screening, right? It was probably like a...
No. We just decided
Y'all just decided y'all break out?
Yeah.
Poetic. Now...
I saw it with Coy Pugh and Gene Moore.
Classic movie, man. I can see... You know what? That's funny. All right, y'all. This is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my co-host, Todd Stroger. I want to remind you all, big announcement. You know what? On Monday at 8:30, you know, it's a lot of haters out there. It's a lot of people that was saying what was going to happen. They was like, man... Maze had to go. He had to, you know what?
Doom and gloom type.
Right. Yeah, you know, I think, you know how people root for your downfall?
Yeah.
They pray and they pray for your...
Yeah.
Right. They pray and they pray for your downfall.
Yeah.
But you just keep on keeping on.
Yeah.
So we started with a morning show, right? Mm-hmm. We started with a morning show. We live on WBGX 1570 AM. That's when we started What's in It for the Black People Radio. Mm-hmm. Then we picked up my man's Herb and Two. Mm-hmm. Herb Howard and Tucson Werner. And then we said, and they not on the radio, but they got I Said What I Said. And they became one of our media entities. They are part of what we call social radio, right? Mm-hmm. So then, I got, coming up at 8:30, we got a sports show coming. Mm-hmm. On Tuesdays and Thursdays, 1 to 3, right? Mm-hmm. That show, we're going to have it's called The Bigs.
Okay.
The only credentialed black sports podcast in the city coming to us. That means that they got credentials for the White Sox, the Bears, mm-hmm. The Bulls, the nice. Blackhawks, nice. Player interviews, the whole thing. Plus, it's a call-in. It doesn't have to sting anymore, Todd. It's the fire.
Did you really
Don't
see
you?
the Sting?
Man, I remember Chicago Sting though,
I
man.
remember the Sting.
You know
I
what?
hadn't heard that in forever.
We gotta get us some. You know what? Maybe
Well, they
get
won. That's what made me think about it.
I would never know they won because I never watched it. I just heard of the Chicago Sting. But on Monday, I want you all to tune in 8:30 because we finna shake the world. I'm straight up. We're gonna shake the world on Monday at 8:30. You gonna tune in. You're gonna find out about it right here. The Maze Jackson Media Network. By September 8th, we're gonna go to 12 hours of programming a day.
That's awesome.
12 hours.
I'm really proud of you.
Thank you, Juan.
I really am.
You know, cause I'm gonna tell you, they was praying for my downfall. Like, I'm gonna tell you, people was like, he gone. Thank God. They was like, ooh, I hated him anyway.
No.
I was like, well, let me give you something to hate.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you something to hate.
Built it.
Hey, y'all, I was like, we sitting up in here, we got a studio. It's like our own studio. Then you saw a boy came in here last week talking about, if I was you, I would have built a bigger studio. I was like, if I was rich.
Y'all should have saw Maze's face. He was all so proud. And he said, well, if I was you, Maze went from smiling to, oh.
No, I'm telling you.
I can do that.
I was like, dang, you ain't even say. So I'm gonna tell y'all, we got a studio. We built out. We got very soon. We got podcast studios coming. So if we're gonna be looking to develop new talent. But if you want to be part of this movement, you know what I look at us like? The new No Limit. Yeah. Right? Like
I don't know what the old new No Limit
Wait, who was up in No Limit?
Master P.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Make them say, well, here's what I want. Like, we are creating a media entity where our talent will own their masters. Where our talent, we want to do a profit sharing. We want to make sure, this ain't to get over. This is to create a platform for black media. Right now, I'm going to tell you right now, I'll be honest with y'all. I don't know if there's anybody black media-wise that's beating us in reach. Right now, we're already at 280,000 people a month. That's with 2 shows. Right. When we go to full programming, we're going to be at over probably 1 million people a month. Right. We're right now rapidly. By the time I get this latest update, we're going to be going to about. We'll be at this end of this month. We'll be at a quarter million.
You'll be hiring somebody for sales for ads.
Actually, we're actually looking for somebody to do ad sales now. We are shout out to speaking of ad sales, I want you all to shop at black owned and operated Solo Beauty, where you are appreciated and respected. Located at 8158 South Cottage Grove, Solo Beauty can supply all of your black hair care needs. Now, don't forget, Solo Beauty is open from 11 to 8 p.m. Tuesdays through Saturdays, or you can find them at www.solobeautysupply.com. Also, want to send a big shout out to the census. I think Carrie said it right. Like, if you really want to win with black people and you ain't at the you ain't over here, you probably not winning. Right. I think right now they trying to get people to. They say we're at the lowest. The census has been. Todd, why the census? You need to tell the census they need to come over here and bring us some of that money. Shout out to.
I will make that suggestion.
I'm just suggesting that if you want black people,
they moved the date up too. They moved the date back.
Right. So what I'm suggesting is, like, I mean, I see everybody doing all these things. Like, there's nobody with a bigger daily social audience than us. Right. I mean, I'm just saying. Uh-huh. Like, and so if you have a brand that you're trying to build, we want to encourage you to advertise on the What's in It for the Black People Media Network. Again. Big show on Monday, 8:30.
The big show.
And then don't forget today at 8:30 we're going to be talking to the bigs because the Cubs and White Sox start this week, and so they're going to be giving us some insights, Gene and Terrence. All right. Did you all hear the rumor, or I don't know if it was a rumor. I actually saw the video twice during the DNC. They removed the words "under God" from the Pledge of Allegiance.
What?
Where?
Yeah, at the DNC.
Really? I'm shocked.
So my question, but then I heard Joe Biden. So in committee meetings, they had removed it. In Joe Biden, he said, we're one nation under God. He closed with it, etc. But it got me to thinking about this world that we live in, right? And like the role of God in it. I know this is a crazy topic for a Friday, but
when I want people to feel comfortable, I always talk about religion.
Well, or politics.
Or politics, right?
Right? So, here's my question. What role does God play in American society today? And I'm going to go back in the Wayback Machine, and I'm going to go back to my upbringing as a, I love you. Go back to my upbringing as a Nazarene, where God, like Christians, and well, let me back up. God was not something that you were embarrassed about, or it was something that you talked about with pride. You didn't have to, if you said you were Christian or whatever, and I'm Christian mostly, but, and I'm not going to say we're founded as a Judeo-Christian, but I'm going to say there was some spirituality, there was a belief in God, etc. Whether it was Muslim, whether it was whoever. And I'm not saying that the founders thought of that, but I'm saying I want to talk about the role of a spiritual, of God, whatever name you call him, in American life today. I almost feel like if you bring God up, you have to kind of like be like, but I'm not crazy. Or yeah, I feel like if you, especially in a political environment, and that's why I was thinking about it when they said it happened at the DNC, because I think if there was anybody who I believe would take God out of their process, would be the Democrats, right? Like no, seriously, if there was to be like somebody who was, white liberals would be like, we shouldn't have God, it offends somebody,
right? I can see that.
I think the Republicans would be like, you offended because of God.
Even though I think the argument more is there's separation in church and state. So why do we mention a God when it comes to government? And
I'm not talking about white Jesus, Beulah. I'm straight up just talking about God, and not even spirituality, right? Like, but I feel like, what role does God play in American life today? Like, I think it was the norm. I
talk to white Jesus when I need some extra money.
Right, because black Jesus be broke. I pray to black Jesus. He be like, I'm trying to find money just like you. But
I can't say what it does with politics. I can say for me and the people that I'm around, I think opposite. I think when I was younger, because I was trying to be cool in school, I didn't really talk about my beliefs, because my mom was a PK, which is a preacher's kid. So
you telling me I'm a preacher's kid? She like, a PK. I'm gonna let you know that is.
I'm talking to the audience.
I got you.
So I think with me, I kind of downplayed it, but I think as I gotten old, like now in my older age, I speak about my religion because it has helped me. God has helped me get through a lot of stuff, even during this COVID. So I think for me, I don't know about politics, but I think for an individual, I'm bold in my beliefs in God.
Can a politician be bold in their beliefs in God and be successful?
Oh yeah, I remember Mr. Caldwell. Mr. Caldwell owns Caldwell Cleaners on 86, and he was telling me that he belonged to a business group that went to talk to a senator some many moons ago, and the Republicans had the Senate, and this guy was the I don't know, I take it back. I don't know if he was Republican or Democrat, but he was the chairman of the committee that they needed to talk to. And they said they went in, and he knew what the issue was, and he asked them something like, do you guys believe in God? And they were like, yeah, well, I'm a Christian. It's like, I think you guys are going to be all right. And that was the whole conversation.
Yeah, I think that was Mr. Caldwell back in the day. I'm talking about now, right?
I hear a lot of politicians talk about God.
Who?
Well, Trump talks about God.
Okay, but but like, and I guess because I think Republicans, it's woven into them.
Right.
I think in the Democratic Party, they're trying to pull it out. Or I'm not going to say they try to pull it out, but I feel like that.
If you talk to Southern Democrats, especially.
What about Northern Democrats?
I was just about to say, and Southern Illinois Democrats.
But I'm asking you, like, honestly, do you think a politician?
As a church.
I mean, from the ones I've seen Democrats and Republicans. I've seen them talk about their religion and God.
Okay.
I've seen them.
I feel like it's. I think that we are rapidly moving away from God. I think that as we continue, maybe it is my social norms that I grew up with, but I think the more I hear more about transgender politically as an issue than spirituality.
I think you're talking about interpretation of of text.
Okay.
More the Bible, actually. I guess I should say.
So do you think they should take under God out of the Pledge of Allegiance?
I don't care. To be honest with you, it's only been there for about 70 years anyway.
How long have we been doing?
You know that?
How long have we been doing? Because we've been doing
this is my thing.
I see. I'm like, he's like 70 years. I'm like, you weren't even.
We only been
pop culture Americana is my thing.
Okay, so look, y'all. When we come back, I want y'all to give me a call. I want to hear from y'all. 872-259-7474. What role does God play in America today? We'll talk about it. Hey, and don't forget 8:30. We got the bigs. Bueller. If I would be talking to you if you didn't like the Alpha so much. We'll be back.
Hey, bye.
Okay. You guys got the camera, so y'all can talk about whatever.
So I was looking because I was interested in this. The girl who's talking about the Section 3, and Tamika was putting a lot.
Yeah, I
of
was thinking, what is
information
Section 3?
Tamika was putting a lot of stuff on. Section 3 is not a subsidized housing funding source. It's about contracts and job space of subsidized housing funding source, and so. She said it's not a program.
It's more about rules or something?
Yeah, it's not just a federal regulation. It's a federal law. She said they were speaking of the CHA, JOC, which is the job ordering contracting. Basically, it's program contract to apply and get accepted in program becomes a part of the contracting rotation. These jobs order assignment contractors don't have to compete for. Gotcha.
So it's like 8A?
Yeah.
Oh. Which is the only thing I really know about.
Right.
This is one of the best Michael Jackson songs
ever.
I like the part where he cries.
I see the kids in the street.
They got nothing to eat.
Who am I to be lying, pretending not to see their needs? A summer's disregard. No top and a one line. And a one-man song. Mill each other on the wind, you know. Cause they got no place to go. That's why I want you to know. I'm starting with the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways. And no message could have been any clearer. If you want to make a world a better place, take a look at yourself and then make the change. Woo! Na 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 na. I've been a victim of this selfish kind of love. The time that I realize
y'all all singing.
There's someone with you. Not a good to one.
Would you be pretending not to sit there alone?
Oh, yes, Beulah. Inside.
About this broken heart and a one-mile dream.
And a washed out dream. When you see, because they got no place to be. That's why I'm starting with me. I'm starting with the man in the mirror. Oh, I'm asking him to change his ways. And no message could have been any clearer. If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and then make a. I'm starting with the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways. And no message could have been any clearer. If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and then make a
change.
I'm starting with the man in the mirror.
Oh, yeah.
I'm asking him to change his way. Oh, come on. It's Soul Children. What is this?
You are listening to the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my co-host, Todd Stroger. Yo, let me tell y'all something. I appreciate y'all suggestions. but I know my show. I know what I'm saying, and I know who I'm talking to. There's nobody that listens to or looks at my analytics more than me. Maybe my sister Tanil, because I get these texts, people telling me what I need to do.
Oh,
and I just need to be
like,
like,
where that come from? You was about to sing, "Oh Lord, how excellent."
I'll be like,
children, that's me.
I'll be like, my show. Let's go to the live lines though, because I want to know what role does God play in America today. Let's go to the live line. Ronnie P, you on the Maze Jackson show? What's up, brother?
Good morning.
Good morning, Ronnie P, you got to turn that radio down in the back, bro.
Can you hear me better now?
I can hear you. Go ahead.
Listen, our subject is the 10 Commandments. You give them a moment, tell you the story. God told Moses he couldn't go into the promised land. He was mad when he throwing the tablets down. Then he told Moses those that was free from the Pharaoh and Egypt, they would stay in the wilderness until they all are dead. I had a lady tell me, you're right, because we're living in the wilderness. God is mad with everybody. And you're right, lady. We talk about everything but God. Like we don't have spirituality in our system anymore. So understand this. That's why we live in the way we live it.
Thank you, Ronnie P. I'm going to tell you, I do think we need, somewhere in the mix, I do think we have turned.
You understood that?
I did.
Sorry,
Okay.
I was so long.
You was also texting.
No. It's like when I start don't get something, then I go.
I know Ronnie P.
Timing might have been right in how he said it, but basically he was saying.
What was he saying?
That basically he was quoting the part where Moses didn't believe something God said, so God said, "You can't go."
It wasn't Moses. It
was Moses.
No.
God told Moses to hit the stone.
Hit the stone once,
right?
And he hit it 3 times.
He was like, "I don't trust that."
All right, Ronnie P. But he said one of the things he said is we talk about everything but God.
Yeah.
And I do think one of the things that I do think has left all of our conversation when we talk about the solutions. And I know this is probably not the politically correct thing, but I do think that we have excluded God. I think part of what's happening to black people is that there is a lack of God in our lives and universe.
Have you ever been through a poor neighborhood?
Yes.
There are more churches on one block.
Churches and God are different. Let's go to the live line. Let's go to Johnny from Hyde Park. Johnny.
Hey, happy Friday, Dan. You guys sound fantastic.
Thank you. You do too.
You sound good.
And I got a question, but first, my question and then my statement. It's how to buy ads. Can you pay for them digitally? You can answer later. But the answer for God, it's conduct. The sum total of your conduct. I'm out of that jazz school with spirituality. So, you get up and pray. But what do you do all throughout the day? Can you, Trump comes off as a very demonic individual. And where's the audio from the coochie tape? Grab him in the coochie. Where is the audio?
We'll find
Billy Bush is on TV every day. But how do you buy these ads? But let's go up on Billy Bush. He's on TV every day. I want that audio.
Okay, we're gonna find that. Hey, Johnny, I'm gonna send you the ad rates. I got another caller. Let's go to
our old song when I was a kid.
Hold on, Cindy.
They will know we are Christians by our love.
Well, see, I also feel like they I also feel like they. I thought that it used to be. I feel like we hide our lights. Like I used to be taught that they would know you, that you were different from the world. I know I've said this before, and I feel like most people. I feel like the spirituality, the pursuit to be better, like holistically, spiritually, is not really in the mix anymore.
Maze, do not be a goody two shoes, sir.
I'm not. Trust me when I tell you. Let me go to the live line. I'm gonna take this last call. Sandy on the Maze Jackson show.
Dean Quarles.
Hello? Go ahead, caller. Go ahead, caller. We got you. I'm sorry.
Okay. Hey, mate, you're absolutely right. There is a lack of spirituality or a lack of reverence or a lack of, I'll say God, even though I'd use another word, but it's especially in the black community. And you made a good point when you said church and God not the same thing, which is absolutely true. You can have, I'll go on the limb and say thousands of black churches in the black community, but yet the black community suffers the most out of any group that doesn't have as many churches or any churches in their community. Why is that? Perhaps because the churches that are in the community currently, number one, are still perpetrating the same lie dialogue that we have fell into or that we were fed. Hence, you're not teaching the truth. So now you got a bunch of churches not teaching the truth in a neighborhood that is famine for truth. What's the result?
Exactly. I'm gonna tell you. I just think that we have. I grew up as a PK. Thank you. I grew up as a PK, and I think my church was a little different in that we were in the pursuit of perfection. I think you know what I think. Why one of the reasons churches ain't so prevalent no more, because you can hide what you did on Saturday night. Now you put it on social media. So when you show up on Saturday after you was acting a plunk,
God is a forgiving God.
Right. That's what, and that is why these churches be packed. Because he be like, I got a lot to forgive this week, but you can't.
Sin daily.
Yeah, but you can't plan to sin daily. Let's go. Look, y'all. This is the Maze Jackson Show. When we come back, we're supposed to be talking to the Bigs. And we will. It is Tell Me Something Good Friday. We'll be back.
The Maze Jackson Show will be back after this break.
Woo.
Good morning, Buster. Good morning. I'm going to say, hey, y'all. Hey. Ruthie back Monday, right?
Right.
Yeah,
Monday.
Y'all, Ruthie back Monday. I'm gonna say hi to some people. Oh, Belinda, I like your name. That's like kind of I got an R in mine, but Belinda. Good morning.
Yo, man.
Come on, man. What y'all doing?
I'm getting disconnected every time I call in. Jane is calling in now. But let me get back over to the other line.
Okay, cool.
All right.
What y'all doing this weekend? You know, it's some nice weather. I'm biking on tomorrow and on Sunday.
That's your thing, huh?
Yeah.
I want to bike too, actually.
It's so much fun.
I can sell you a bike for like $350.
You got a good bike?
So you looking for a bike?
I'm looking for a bike too. I was
Well,
saying
we have
if
a
not.
couple of bikes that we don't use, but I'm not selling them.
Oh, because if we don't, then I'm a
I love the group that we do because I'm not a biker. You be seeing all these people. I have a helmet.
Oh, you're not by yourself. You're with a.
Oh, I'm with a group.
Uh-huh.
So we meet 8 o'clock. Well, 7:30, 7:45. We leave out at 8 o'clock on 63rd and Hayes. Well, 63rd and Lakeshore Drive, but you can park on Hayes or
Right.
I ride my bike there. And then what I love about it is because everybody go at different speeds, but you're on Lakeshore Drive. So we kind of like. There's one group that stops right at like 18th and Lakeshore Drive by that steeping hill where you run up the hill. So you can rest there. Then the other group goes to Buckingham. Then another group goes to Navy Pier. Another group goes to North Avenue, and another to Belmont.
Mm-hmm.
To Belmont. And then the group who's kind of new to the group, they'll still be sitting there at Steeping Hill. Everybody meets back there. We all take a picture, and then like a group of us will run that hill like between 4 to 6 times, and then we all ride back.
Cool. So working.
Yeah, it's fun. So much fun.
I'm sure.
Come join us. Any of y'all can join us.
I see you, Gene. Gene, hold on. Side.
On fire. for your pride. Side.
Tell me something good.
Tell me that you love me, yeah. Tell me something good. Tell me that you like it, yeah.
You are listening to the Maze Jackson Show live on WBGX 1570 AM. What's going on? Oh, live on 1570 AM. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my co-host, Todd Stroger, as well as my cousin Juan. And it is time for Tell Me Something Good Friday. Hey, y'all, as I told y'all, what's in it for the black people? What's in it for the black people media is going to 12 hours on the 7th. On the 7th of August, we are going to 12 hours of straight programming. But I'm going to tell y'all what, starting next week on Tuesdays and Thursdays, Todd, did you know black people like sports? We do more than just play them.
What?
We do more than just play them. We watch them. But not only do we watch them, we commentate on them. But some of the most expert sports analysts that I know are black people. But I don't see them so often on TV. When I turn on the radio, I don't ever hear the black sports call-in shows. Well, let me tell you what. We are starting one next week on Tuesday, 1 to 3. We got the bigs. Who I got on the live line right now? Is that you, Gene? Yep. What up, Gene? What's up, man? How you feeling this morning? All right, beautiful. So we got both of y'all. Hey, y'all, on the live line, we have the bigs. We got Terrence Tomlin and Gene McIntosh. And you know what, y'all? They are the bigs. We got a sports show for all of our listeners. You know, Todd, I know you like sports. You can't play them, but you like them, right?
I can't play them, but I can beat you in probably anything.
You probably can, because I'm not a big sports. I'm not a big sports guy, but I love to watch
That's
sports.
Right. I beat you like a drum.
No, you ain't that.
Knowing that you don't play.
Todd, that's actually not true, because I feel like my natural physical skills and prowess would take over. But that's all.
Basically mean you're a hack.
Right. I tackle you if you go to the cup. But Todd, one of the things that is happening is that as we continue to build out, we recognize that all black folks don't want to just talk about politics. Right. Some of them want to talk about a little gossip. Some of them want to talk sports. Plus, fantasy football season is going on. And now in this new world that we live in, where sports, really, I think I've never appreciated sports more than I do right now. And I say that because it was taken away from me. And the first people to come back after, the first people to come back was the Korean baseball players. Then we saw hockey return. Then we saw the NBA. Oh no, then we saw baseball return. Then hockey. Then the NBA. But Todd,
as skipped tennis, but
tennis never went away, did they? Did they ever go away?
They did go away. They were trying to ignore it, and then some people got sick, and then they had to go away.
Well, let me tell you what. Here in Chicago, there's probably nothing bigger than the Bears. Then you got the Blackhawks, you got the Cubs, and the White Sox, which I love, but actually who are planning to do good. And speaking of that, Todd, this weekend starts the Cubs White Sox Crosstown Classic. And
Oh, really?
Perfect timing to talk to our guys, the bigs. Hey, fellas, what is going on? So first of all, talk to us about what's going on in the world of sports. And then what can we expect this weekend?
What's going on, man? First of all, thank you for having us on. We're looking forward to winning our voices to the station and getting in front of our favorite people, man. If it wasn't for the people and the people that have been following us since we've been doing this since 2015. There's no way we could be, getting ready to do something as big as we about to do with you, Maze. And we looking forward to it, man. Like you said, we started it because when you turned on the TV, when you turned on the radio, you weren't seeing or hearing us. And in this day and age of media, it's more and more important to keep it authentic, man. And I feel like the athletes of today, care about that more than ever. And really, we've been the vessel for that, man. We've been the vessel for players to know that, you know, to have somebody they can trust on their side that they know is going to tell their story the right way, man. So, man, we have a passion for telling stories that aren't being told, and we're looking forward to bringing that to the airwaves starting next Tuesdays and Thursdays. But, man, Maze, I think everybody knows what's going on in sports, man. We're trying to adjust to the post-COVID world. You know, nothing looks the same in sports when you go to games. So actually, you can't even go to games, so that's the biggest difference. You know, everybody's watching it on TV and everything. But baseball and the NBA are a few weeks into their season after taking a few months off. And right now, the NBA, you know, they're finally in the playoffs, and baseball is almost at the halfway mark, man. But this weekend in Chicago, we got that famous crosstown classic where both baseball teams in town, the fan bases are going to have a chance to go at each other and bicker a little bit for the next 3 days. But the good thing is, man, we got two good baseball teams in town this year.
Now, that's something we don't hear a lot. We very rarely hear we got two good baseball teams in town. So talk to me about this Crosstown Classic, because the Sox have been on a downslide since 2005. But it seems like they're on the uptick, and the Cubs were on a winning streak, and then I went to the game, and that kind of ended. Talk to me where we at.
Oh, man, the South Side is on the rise. You know what I mean? Like you said, it's been a slippery slope since they won the World Series in 2005. But over the last 3 years, we found a way to work our way back into a position to be a contender. And if you look at the roster on the South Side right now, you see a lot of young, talented players, probably led by Tim Anderson, who won the batting championship last year. It looks like he can possibly win it again. And also, he's one of the most exciting baseball players in the entire league, not just in Chicago, and not to mention he's one of us. You feel me?
I mean, black kids ain't hardly playing baseball no more. How the hell are we coming back?
Hey, you know what? Hopefully, behind guys like Tim Anderson is coming back, because both you and Eugene and I, like you know, man, we grew up playing baseball. Gene was a Southside Little Leaguer. I was a JRW kid, and you know, coming up in Chicago. In the 90s and the early 2000s, it was all about playing everything. You know, it wasn't just basketball. You know, I went to Thule Park and I played basketball. Then we went outside and played football. And then we was trying to find somewhere to play strikeout. And so I'm definitely hoping that guys like Tim Anderson can find a way to spark the interest for young black players again, you know?
I got it, man. So talk to me, guys, because one of the things that I'm excited about is the fact that you all are, while there's a lot of people talking sports, whether it's a podcast, a Facebook page, you guys are actually credentialed, which is what I'm excited about bringing to the What's in It for the Black People Network, media network, because what does it mean for you all to be credentialed when it comes to giving us coverage and giving us coverage of our athletes in town?
Man, you know, it's all about bringing our audience closer. You know what I mean? So we are the only black outlet, independently ran, that is credentialed throughout every team in the city. The Bears, the Cubs, the Bulls, and the White Sox. And it just goes along with what I said first, man. It's so important that we have some representation, you know what I mean, in the sports media world, because, you know, athletes are really, you know, in the driver's seat when it comes to society. You know what I mean? We look for athletes to do so much these days that it's only right that, you know, we, you know, put ourselves in position to be the ones to tell their story. You know what I mean? So that includes being at the games, being in the locker rooms when, you know, everybody else is holding their microphones up. We kind of play the cut, you know, because that's just, you know, who we are. So, you know, when it comes to credentialing and everything, man, it's just been a tool for us to show the people that they can trust us.
Hey, well, I'm going to tell you what, guys. There's probably, we got a big announcement on Monday, but I'm going to tell you my big announcement for Friday is that the Bigs are in the building. They will be here on Tuesdays and Thursdays, 1 to 3, giving y'all authentic sports info. But I'm gonna tell y'all what, Gene, you pretty quiet back there, man. What's your specialty, bro? What's your expertise? Don't tell me you're gonna be in the you're not gonna be the computer stats guy on the podcast, are you?
Hey man, I'm the jack of all trades, man. I do it all, man. We we share responsibilities around here, and we both put in numerous hours of work. When everything pre-COVID, you could catch us basically anywhere. But now, due to these strenuous situations, there's a lack of access, and it kind of took away, what we were, like Terrence was saying, what we got was our bread and butter, and that was basically being able to hit the clubhouse, play the cut, and then automatically blend with the players, automatically relate, because we have a different aura, we look different, and the players, they automatically draw to us. So with that being taken away, we kind of had to dibble and dabble and talk it out and find, a couple new ways to kind of push our content and, give the people what they always wanted and expected from us. So, nothing's gonna stop us. We just put our heads together, come in the lab and come back even tighter. So we do it all, man. I do it all, man. You usually can catch me in front of the camera. You can catch me in the clubhouse. You can catch me on the podcast. But I'm really a man of the people, so I'll give it to you however you need.
My brother, thank you. Could you tell that to your mayor? Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. I was a little shady.
Where do we catch them? Where do we?
You'll catch them right here on. Well, tell them. Oh, go ahead, Juan.
Yeah, I was just saying, where do we follow you? How do we keep up with?
So you'll watch them on the Maze Jackson page, where everybody will be. Right. But they also have a page. Okay. Tell everybody what your page is, fellas, and your Twitter account.
So you can follow us on Twitter and Instagram at It's The Bigs. Facebook is The Big, facebook.com/thebigs.us, like DOTUS. And, we have a website, www.thebigs.us. Or Google, just Google The Bigs Media, and all of our previous work has popped up. Like Terrence said, we've been at it since 2015. We've covered everything from the Cubs 2016 World Series championship. We're big on the high school basketball scene and everything in between, man. So we've seen a lot in the 5 years, but at the same time, we're just getting started. And with the Maze Jackson show, What's in it for the Black People Radio, it's only going up from here.
Woo, that's what I'm talking about. Look, and y'all already got sponsors calling. State Representative LaShawn Ford said, how much to sponsor the Bigs? I'm like, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Shout out to, that's a Sigma man, by the way. Anyway, hey, y'all, I want to tell y'all I'm super excited about the Bigs. Guys, one of the things that I'm really excited about also is that the Bigs are going to be doing a fantasy football pay-per-view event. Right, we're going to do a pay-per-view fantasy football draft. If any of you all want to get involved with that, let us know. But stay tuned this Tuesday, 1 to 3 p.m. It's the Bigs. It is a call-in sports talk show, black focused, right? Guys, one of the things I love about this is that black athletes are now conscious and they looking for the black reporters, right? And as they continue to do that, that puts us as a leg up. So I can't wait to take this thing all the way around. Plus, don't forget, we're going to have our own Wendy Williams-ish type show, the Book of Dawn. We'll be talking about that as well. Hey, Biggs, I appreciate y'all, man. We look forward to y'all on Tuesday. We got the joint. We're going to leave the mics hot for you.
Yes, sir, man. We're ready to come in there and do our thing, man. We appreciate you.
Thank you, man.
Appreciate you, brother.
Appreciate y'all, and I look forward to y'all being here. Hey, y'all, that is the Bigs. Check them out every Tuesday and Thursday, 1 to 3, right here on the Maze Jackson page on the What's in It for the Black People Media Network. All right, y'all. You know what? I'm going to let you. You know what? Why don't we do this? Why don't you give Willie, give Secure, and then we're going to come on back. And then we're going to wrap this thing up. And then I'm going to take Brian Hudson's. And then I want y'all to tell me something good. Wow, wow. We'll be back.
The Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back after this break.
I'm going to tell you, that's going to catch on. There's not a black sports talk show where you could talk like... Really, and then we start doing high school athletes, because what I want to do is pick back up the high school player of the week.
High school athletes are that's a big thing.
Right.
Yeah.
And then what we want to do is get them early, right? So we identify them, and then as they blow, because shit, you get a good high school athlete, and then he goes straight to the league. He like, man, I did my first interview on What's in It for the Black People Radio. Then what we do is we go out 2 games, take clips. Like,
Right.
you know, the big games,
Right.
go take clips and you add that to their show.
Right.
Your premier authorized Bring security dealer. Home invasions occur every 23 seconds,
Bam.
every 85 seconds,
Stretch.
and medical emergencies.
Let's open the door and
occur
see if
suddenly.
if the old
He is
man
not
if
here
he
today.
came back again.
That was
That
funny
was
as heck. That was hilarious.
freaking hilarious. I like that. He's sitting in my chair. I can't even say nothing, right? Like, you know, I wasn't there, like, you sitting in my chair? Have the chair.
Offer, be proactive. Call today, don't delay.
I gotta make sure I get my other cup. These cups are
251
amazing.
5069. That's 708-251-5069. The first 10 callers receive a free camera valued at $250. Call now, 708-251-5069, or visit our website, securehomeandautomation.com. Secure Home and Automation, where your life safety is our priority. It brings authorized dealers, certain restrictions apply.
All right, y'all. Before your pride.
God. Side.
Tell me something good. Mm-mm. Tell me that you love me, yeah. Tell me something good. Tell me that you like it, yeah. You are tuned into the Maze Jackson Show. I don't know where the time or the week went, but Todd, we only got 8 minutes left. It's 8:52.
Only 8 minutes.
8 minutes.
You know what? That was and I don't even know what show we did today because I had all type of stuff on the paper, and I just was like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
We touched a lot of that stuff.
Did I get it? Okay, good. Because you know Sonia was fussing at me yesterday. She was like, "You have a rundown." I was like, All right, and then
he did good though. He went through pretty
We
much
may
all
not
of
have put our foot in all the topics, but we touched on.
Okay, good. All right, so my tell me something good announcement is that if you hated on me for 3 hours, you're gonna really hate 12 hours. And I'm gonna tell you,
people don't hate.
Oh no! Oh, hold on.
Ain't that strong word?
You know I like passion. So here's what I'm gonna tell you: that starting September 7th, there will be 12 hours of What's in It for the Black People program. We put the dot on a big deal on Wednesday. Also want to say, tell me something good. Got a deal with Mark Harris and the Inglewood Film Festival to provide original black cinema entertainment on Saturday nights. Sort of like, remember Family Classics?
Of course.
We're going to do Family Classics, but it's going to be for black people.
Wait, where?
It's going to be on the Maze Jackson page.
The Maze Jackson.
So we basically, you buy your tickets and then you can cast it to your TV and you got original films you can support. But when I tell you that the What's in It for the we got a midday show coming. We bringing another sister in. The Book of Dawn. Let me tell you. Then we got, I said what I said. When I tell you that the biggest black media network is in progress right now, it's like you can front, but the numbers don't lie. I ain't got a people meter. I ain't got a people reader, but I got stats. 250,000 people hearing, touching, feeling us every day. That's a lot. Add that, multiply that times 12. And when y'all find out what the Monday announcement is, I'm telling you, we changing the game for life. We changing the way media is done in this town. And then you're going to turn on the TV and be like, is that them on TV?
Yeah, I think people will welcome it. I don't think everyone will hate it. I think it's just talk radio, and I think it's something that people are going to look forward to. I don't think people are going to hate it.
Oh no, I don't think people. I'm giving my my trolls.
I'm
giving my trolls.
So this is a disclaimer. He's talking to certain trolls.
I'm giving my trolls.
The show will not be hated. The show will be loved.
All of the shows.
Content will be loved.
The trolls. I want to give them something to post on Facebook. Right. Yes. I want them to blow up the brand some more. Right. Because every time they be like checking, I be like they check, then they come back, and I be like, yes, I'll take more. Because you can love me, you can hate me, but as long as you keep looking.
Right.
Like if you got time to get up in the morning to spend 3 hours to be mad, I want to help you be real mad. So just so y'all know,
be mad or informed.
Right, be mad or informed. No, I'm just telling y'all. God has blessed us, and we continue to be blessed. Thank you to all the advertisers and sponsors. It is starting to come through. The vision is coming by. Todd, in a minute, I'm going to be finally able to give you some money, and then it's going to be. But you know. It's also
Claire, you still go to school.
And also, I want to tell y'all, I want to thank my girl Sonia Escobar, right?
Yay,
Sonia is the unsung hero of the Maze Jackson show, and I don't know where her camera went. I was just about to put her on. She is the unsung hero of the Maze Jackson show, providing us a soundtrack, but also getting it done when everybody else is like, time to go. Like, what else we got to do? I got to send an extra special shout out to my cousin Juan. Who I really enjoy. Todd, you kind of lucky she didn't want to get up early in the mornings, because I really was trying at one point to get Juan. Then she started.
I know. I heard her and I was like,
but she killed it.
There's my competition.
She killed it when she talked about some. Well,
they hated on me.
They really told. I went to Tattletale. See, I'm telling you, this is the Tattletale show. I also gotta say, let me say thank you. To you, Todd, because I don't think we would have put this thing together, right? I mean, I think we're a team, and I'm super glad that we are, because I think you add the credibility. I want to thank my wife this week, because she has endured some crazy stuff this week from people.
It ain't me.
Oh no, she already gonna whoop you, but I can't wait. She was like, I got a key, and so I didn't mean to take that. Let me go to Brian Hudson real quick. Brian, tell me something good, man. Tell me something good, cause and thank you for all the stars you send to support us. Go ahead, Brian, quick.
Good morning.
Blue fire, you know.
And poetry written, and then music, instrumental, contemporary, and classical. The Young Musicians of Beat. Chicago's known for the poets. This is my second national gold in writing poetry. So the young ladies, Kayla Johnson and Jonathan Miller, are dope. The state of Illinois AXO program brought home a total of 16 medals. So, I mean, East St. Louis is showing out. DuPage County,
Brian,
I think they got like 4 gold medals.
Brian,
killing it, man.
Brian, let me stop you right there. That's what I want you to do, because I only got a couple minutes. I want you to get me those kids. I don't know how we do it. We'll get them on air, online, whatever, but let's get them on a call or get them in on a Zoom, and let's make sure that we raise them up for their wins. Todd, give me something real quick. Tell me something good. Real quick.
I'll be spending Saturday with the 21st Ward at Beverly Food Market, 86 in Ashland, from 12 to 3. They will be giving out book bags.
I need a cut of them appearance fee, and if he ain't get you appearance fee, you better tell. Howard. You tell Howard you need to start. You send those appearances through me. I'll get you money. Juan, what you got?
I just want to say something good to say is that I'm trying to over the weekend meet with people to figure out how I can help and others can help with this violence and helping our kids.
Pew pew. Sonia Escobar.
Yeah.
What you got? Quick, come on.
I'm waiting for Monday 8:30.
Monday 8:30, the big announcement. Hey y'all, so for Todd Stroger, for my cousin Juan, for Sonia Escobar, the music conductor of the Soul Plane, I am the host of the Maze Jackson Show, asking every single day, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them. Maze said, we out here. Peace.
AM 1570, WBGX